Good afternoon and welcome back, or evening I should say. Welcome back to Irons United for our Matchday Live. West Ham take on Wolves, or Wolves have travelled to London to play West Ham at the London Stadium, again in front of no fans. Still, we have some early team news, don't we?
We do, mate. One change to last week's game against Arsenal. Apparently, Balbuena's in for the COVID out Diop.
Yeah,
apparently.
Absolutely.
We'll see, but that's the understanding. There's only going to be that one change.
Yeah.
So Masuaku's playing, and all the rest of the team that played. I don't know about Noble. He might be on the bench. I don't know. I don't even know if he's recovered from injury or not. I'm not sure if you're aware.
I think they said he was training this week, so whether or not he's in the squad, I'm not too sure about. But you know, it's not the side I wanted to see.
No, same. It's same.
But it's probably, you know, when we done the preview, we said, what do you think Moyes will do versus what do you want to do? This is probably the decision that we thought Moyes would do, which is bring Balbuena in for Diop. But I think the most disappointing thing is, if this is the team news that we are hearing, that Haller isn't going to be starting the game.
I think you kind of get why Moyes may have wanted to stay with the lineup that he had against Arsenal. I mean, after all, apart from putting the ball in the net, we didn't do too badly. We took the game to them, but that's away from home, and you really wish that when we start playing games at home, we go for it a bit more. And we've been defeated by Wolves several times because we tried to contain them, and they're too good a side to contain. And for me, it would have been much better to just go at them. We've got the likes of lves, we've got the likes of Yarmolenko, even Lanzini have been sort of on good form. And I would have liked to have seen something a little bit more positive, even if it meant perhaps putting Declan at the back in place of Diop, and then bringing in the likes of Yarmolenko, lves, or whatever. But unfortunately, it is what it is.
We haven't got the official team news, and it's going to be coming. Like we said, we've heard that this is what's going to be happening. If I bring up the side that started against Arsenal, we can have a look here. So what we're suggesting is that Diop's the only change for Balbuena. Let me just correct anyone who's watching. This is not the lineup. This is the lineup versus Arsenal. We will bring you the official lineup. We believe that obviously we know Diop's out and Balbuena is taking his place. Get your comments in. Let us know your thoughts on that. But like you said, still, I mean, what does it take? People will always go and question the opposition that we've played. And they'll always say, but it's League One opposition. But then there's momentum there. Player, you know, if you, like I said the other day in the review, if you include the goals that Haller scored in his pre-season, in 3 games, he's got 7 goals.
What more do you need to do to get your place back in the team? You're asked to score goals, you're scoring goals, and then you're parked on the bench for crucial games. And people are right. You know, I guess the test will come for these players on Wednesday when we play Everton in the Cup, and I guess most of the same players will play. But Haller has been scoring goals for fun. Yarmolenko has been setting up goals for fun. I mean, what more can these guys do in order to get in the team? And given the fact that we've actually had the opportunity because of Diop going out, etc., Fornals is not on form. You know, you would have expected him to get dropped. It really surprises me. So it's disappointing, to be honest with you. But you know.
Let's hope the news that you've been given, which has just been announced, and just to confirm, it's completely correct. The only change is Balbuena for Diop. The bench does have Noble on it, alongside Lanzini, Anderson, Yarmolenko, and Sebastian Haller. So I'll get that team put up on the screen.
You already got that? Hang on a minute. There you go.
Right, cool.
All right. It is what it is. These aren't bad players. They're not bad players. You can hear the disappointment in my voice because I look at that team, and for me, I think we lose something if we put Declan Rice in defence, but it would have been understandable had we done so. But because Diop is out, but Balbuena's been playing fine. So I granted he deserves to actually come in, but I think Fornals has just not shown a lot of form so far this season. And I would have, if I was going to make another change, I would have done that. I would have put perhaps. The trouble is, you put Yarmolenko in, and people will say, "Well, you got three wingers on. You've got Masuaku. You've got who else? It's a player I've missed, isn't there? I have missed a player. Bowen. There you go. Bowen. That's why I was struggling. But then Yarmolenko can play number 10.
Yeah.
You know, and he could have done that, but you know, it's not a bad team, mate. But I would have liked to have seen. I would have liked to have seen Fornals dropped. To be honest,
I get that, you know, the side that played Arsenal showed fight, determination. They showed something that fans want to see. Now, we can't take away from Bowen what he's been doing for the club, Souček, Rice, all their performances. Though I suppose the one you could say is why was I mean, I'm not discrediting Masuaku's performance against Charlton, but why was he the only player that made the grade to push someone out of the side? I get he offers something a little bit different when he goes forward, but again, like I said, Fornals, again, I'm not slagging Fornals off like you're not still, but no, I feel like he's one for the future. I really do think he's one for the future. I don't want him to leave West Ham.
I think he's for the present, but he's just not in form. Yeah. And for me, if you were looking at freshening that team up and making a change and looking just how well the team have played against Hull and Charlton, and I know people are going to say, well, they're, you know, lower league teams, etc. It doesn't really matter. In the past, when we played in cup games, we've suffered. I was there for the Wimbledon game when we lost, what was it, 4-1 or 4-2, whatever it was. I was there for the Oxford game when we lost 4-0. And we had what were supposedly half-decent teams out then, a mixture of youth and first-team players, and we got beat. So the fact that we played 2 games against lower league teams, and we've actually not just beat them by a margin, but we beat them really comfortably. And the players who are, you know, all decent players have shown their worth. Yarmolenko has, Haller has, even Lanzini, who was much maligned at the end of last season for not being in form, he has. And I agree with you, Masuaku. Yeah, okay. I think I can understand Masuaku. People are going to go straight away that we're playing a 5-3-2 or 5-3-1-1 formation tonight. I don't think we will. In fact, last week when we played against Arsenal, it was more or less a 4-4-1-1 formation where Masuaku and Bowen were wingers rather than wing backs. And I think that's what will happen tonight as well. When, they're going to and I get why Masuaku's there because Masuaku, is that me? Is that me buzzing? No. Oh, I get why Masuaku's there because, ironically, despite David Sullivan saying we've got 8 wingers in the team, Masuaku's really the only left-sided winger that's natural, a natural left. So I get why he's there, and he actually did all right last weekend against Arsenal. But yeah, you're right. What did he do more than anybody else to deserve?
Anybody else did, yeah. Listen, can we take a look at the Wolves team that's been announced as well? So I've brought that up there. Pretty much what we expected. We had a Wolves fan on yesterday for the preview, and it was nice to hear their kind of insight into a mixture of the way Wolves have been playing and also their opinion on West Ham. And pretty much what they said has come true. They're going to see a debut for Semedo on the right-hand side. But I mean, I can't. I mean, look at that striking force. I mean,
yeah, strong. I mean, you know, and this is where this is where we suffer because they play like they don't play a 5-3-2. They play that's a 3-4-3 formation. It's pretty attack minded. They're so comfortable at the back that I'm imagining Semedo and what does that say, Vinagre? I'm imagining they're just going to keep bombing forward. They've got Adama Traore out on the right. you know, backing up Raul. And that is a pretty attack-minded. I mean, even the central defenders, Moutinho and Neves, are creative. There's not a lot of defensive cover there, is there?
So,
You know, if you get my drift, and
well,
and that and go on, mate.
We were talking about Bowley. I mean, he's a solid centre half. They've got those three players. In theory, their back line is kind of exactly the way that West Ham probably should be playing, but we don't have the strength in there.
We don't have the strength,
to be playing. So Bowley is a player that I've always admired that plays for Wolves. Cody, captain, he comes in and does a job. Semedo, the whole point of him is to go forward, come back. He's played with the best in the world still at Barcelona, and now he's in the Premier League. It doesn't mean he's going to make the transformation quite easily, but
no, but
it's a position.
They got faith in him to buy him and put him straight in the team.
Yeah,
and I think what's even more frustrating by seeing that lineup is that we're going to just sit back and absorb at home. We're going to absorb them coming at us. And rather than us going, you know what, let's put two up front, or let's put a more attack-minded team in place to actually go at them. Let them worry about us rather than us worrying about them. That's what's kind of frustrating with our lineup. That a lot of people say about Moyes, and I don't want to be an early season Moyes basher, but he's kind of reverted to type, and he's yet again gone with what's the word I'm looking for? He's gone with predictable. He's gone with a predictable lineup, and it is that's the sort of thing that invites teams to go look at what we're playing against, to kind of, Souček and Rice kind of holding. I know Souček is a more box-to-box midfielder, but he does all the dirty work with Rice. So we've not only got five at the back, we've got two midfielders who are more kind of holding, and then we're relying on the three players up front to do the business. And
still, this has a vibe of the match day live I did last week with Dan when they announced the Arsenal side, and both myself and Dan kind of spent the while before the game being a bit kind of depressed on the team lineup, and then what we saw was a completely convincing, decent bit of play. West Ham turned up against Arsenal-ish, and should have got something out of the game. Unfortunate not to. So, do you think this is going to be a rinse and repeat performance by West Ham?
I'm afraid so.
Well, yeah. but will we be proven wrong? Is what I'm trying to say.
Will we be proven? Well, that's the beauty of football, that you do not know what's going to happen, and we'll be upbeat from the way we played against Arsenal last weekend. We'll be upbeat with the players that we've got on the bench who played against Hull last Tuesday. We've got a plethora of players that can come on and change the game. What I want to see tonight is, if it's not going our way, or if we're playing well and we're not getting that ball in the net, what I want to see from Moyes while he's sitting on his armchair at home is to get in touch with Irvin and go change it on 70 minutes, 65 minutes, 75 minutes, not saying hold on, and then for us to end up losing the goal as we did against Arsenal when it was too late. So if it's going well but we're not putting the ball in the net, then change it and make it go better by going for it. If we're creating, how many chances did we create last week? Something like 14 odd chances, or 14 on target, or whatever that stat is. And the irony was, Moyes came out at the end of the game and said, if our striker should have put the goals away. Well, mate, your striker was sitting on the bench at the time. As much as we love Antonio and he's been doing the business for us, had we had a natural striker on the pitch, one or two of those attempts may have gone in, and we may have won that game against Arsenal comfortably, and we should have won that game against Arsenal comfortably. And I don't want it to be a rinse and repeat. Okay, this team are good. They're gonna sort of, but it looks like we're counter-attacking at home, which is frustrating. But if it's going okay, if we're still in the game, take a risk, Moyes. On 70 minutes, say, I'm going to bring Yarmolenko on, I'm going to bring Allaire on, or whatever, and go for the game. Now, a lot of people will also say, well, he brought Yarmolenko on and we conceded a goal. Well, yeah, but I get that. But then he shouldn't have tinkered with the formation. He put Bowen. He took Bowen off. He should have put Yarmolenko on in a more central role, or put Yarmolenko out on the left. He didn't have to take Bowen off to bring Yarmolenko on.
No.
And I think that's the kind of the problem what we have with Moyes, with the greatest of respect to him. Like I said, I don't want to be a Moyes basher, only the third game into the season, but it is rinse and repeat. When you look at what he did when he first arrived back at the club, he did much the same, mate. You know, do you remember we bought Bowen and we were all going, when is he going to play him? When is he going to play him? And he kept saying, you know, they got to ease them in and all that crap. Look, what's that guy's name? Semedo or whatever? He's just been bought. He's in the team straight away, you know, immediately for Wolves. Why don't we do the same thing? You know, and I think that's, I'm sorry, I'm sounding really negative and I shouldn't, because I think we'll give them a decent game tonight. But I just wish that we were a bit more attack-minded in the lineup.
100%, especially after seeing the amount of goals we've scored, albeit against lower league opposition. Still, should we go into some of the comments and
yeah, mate, yeah, because I know there's quite a few. Yeah.
I'll let you do it.
Dave is more than just a podcast listener, and he always goes Brady out.
Brady out.
Good evening, Brian.
Right, good evening, Brian, mate.
Everyone's saying Haller on the bench. Well, we just said it, Marcus, mate. You know, even if he didn't start, I would have liked to have seen perhaps Yarmolenko start. You know, to give us just that bit more edge up front. For me, I would have played. I would have dropped Fornals, and if Moyes is too afraid to play two strikers, I would have either put Antonio in midfield, put Haller up front, or Yarmolenko as a number 10. Behind Antonio. So disappointing, really. What has Haller got to do? Oh, thank you, mate. No, had it cut. Yes, had it cut the other day.
I'm not. Look, I'm not surprised by the Balbuena inclusion. To be honest, I mean, myself and Alf done a bit of the preview, and Alf was being really bold, and he was saying, you know, there's a different. You could have a bold David Moyes, which we don't see, which is playing a player like Alessi and Balbuena, because they've built up a decent partnership from the two games they've played together. I don't think that was going to happen, and we knew that probably wasn't going to happen, but I'm not so surprised, to be honest, because I don't know who else, apart from, like you said, still dropping Declan Rice into the back line, but that really would leave a big hole in the midfield.
I'm not surprised by Balbuena. No, he's actually played all right, but it's like you said, mate. You know, he's actually now demonstrated in playing in the cup games that he can defend. Just like, you know, why he's brought Masuaku on, because he played decent against Charlton and he's brought him into the team. Great, fair enough. Continue, keep doing that, because the next player, or one of the two, had to be tonight, either Yarmolenko or Haller, because they've also demonstrated I mean, Yarmolenko was setting players up for fun the other night against Hull. He was doing really well, and Haller is scoring for fun. So, like I said, what have you got to do to play a Premier League game? I don't know.
Absolutely. Still, can you go for the comments, because I need to change the title. Yep. The title has actually got some crazy commas and things in between the name of Wolves, so I'm just going to quickly try and change that.
I'll do that while I'll carry on. Good evening, Robert. Nice to see you, mate. Oh, like the you've obviously been CTL'd, Canning Town Lend, with your picture there. Good evening, Dalek. Hope you're well. Marcus, hope Moyes surprises us, but won't hope. Well, we've gone through that, mate. Unfortunately, he hasn't surprised us at all. Dalek, is the manager Alan Irvine for us? Well, he's leading the team out tonight, mate. But apparently David Moyes will be commanding things from his armchair at home. And we wish him all better, by the way. Cullen, Diop and Moyes, hope you get over the hope it's not too serious, and hope you all get better. Robert, it's ridiculous Haller is not up front with Antonio. We just said it, mate. Totally agree. What else we got here? Marcus, the team says defense. Totally agree. You're agreeing with what we've said. It's like we're inviting them to come at us tonight, and they're a very good team going forward. So we don't need to invite them to do it, do we? So anyway, Dalek, I'd replace Masuaku. Masuaku with Yarmolenko. Yeah, I mean, Masuaku didn't play badly, and you know how much I don't think much of Masuaku, but even I've got to admit, he didn't play badly last week. I just wish his final part of his game was a bit better. Sometimes he doesn't know when to pass the ball, he doesn't know when to cross it, he doesn't know when to do the easy things. He tries to beat a player when he doesn't need to. Sometimes he runs himself down a cul-de-sac, nowhere to go. So it's a shame, but he didn't play badly last week. Massive. Got him. Sorry, mate. You done it? Yeah. It's crazy that our goal scorers, bar Antonio, are all of it. Exactly. It's exactly what we've been saying. And good evening, by the way. Fremak, good evening, mate. Moyes is stubborn. Yep. He plays his favourites. Yep. His favourite now seems to be Fornals, whereas last season it was Lanzini. He kept playing him and playing him and playing him, thinking it will come good. He'll come good.
There's a different style as well. Like, I can't remember. I don't even know if we've just addressed this. Sorry, but when Fornals was playing at some point last season, he was actually gaining a bit of form. I think he got several assists and several goals.
And then he dropped him.
And then he was dropped.
He was dropped because of Lanzini, because Lanzini was the favourite at the time. So Fremer is right. Now,
how coincidental is it that bloody Fornals is playing and he's not got form, and Lanzini has got form.
Yeah,
and that's my biggest concern, I suppose.
And it shows Moyes' stubbornness, I guess. Bonnie, if you don't work hard, Moyes will not start you. So obviously, he wants we all want a hard-working team. We all want to see players, fight for the shirt and all that sort of stuff. And I totally agree, Bonnie. But sometimes you need that bit of flair. You need to be. That's the thing that Moyes sometimes frustrates me, is because he's got the flair players and he wants them to do all the dirty work. If you get what I mean, the flair players are flair players because they're flair players. And I know, like Anderson, for example, got a lot of stick over the last season for not running back and covering, etc. And yet, the first season he was in the team, he was doing just that. Not only was he covering at the back and he didn't get noticed for it, but he was also being a flair player as well. But Gravy Dave, good evening, mate. Noel Air again, depressing that. Well, yeah, we've just been through it, mate, and it's a shame. Paul Nicklin, Fornals and Antonio should have been benched. Interesting about Antonio. I mean, we understand why Moyes likes him, because he's a hard worker. I wouldn't necessarily have benched him, but certainly throughout this game, if we need a little bit more flair on 65, 70 minutes, Antonio would be the sort of person I might just take off to bring on the likes of Haller and Yarmolenko, etc. So I get what you're saying, Paul. Fremer, what's the point of playing well in the cup if the manager isn't going to give you a chance in the league? What do you think, mate? I mean,
I'll give you this scenario.
Go on.
We just survive in the Premier League, but the current side gets to the final.
Well, do you know what? That crossed my mind the other day. When I was watching the whole game, I thought to myself, we might go all the way, and yet many of these players may not be playing in the Premier League. It's quite possible. Quite possible. Now,
I think there's an element as well, because the Carabao Cup, the early rounds, they're playing in quick succession. Yep. They've said that. So I think after the next week's game against Everton, there is a bigger break. So my mindset's been thinking that Moyes has seen an opportunity to get a consistent run of games between the full squad. I didn't know the Everton game was coming up so quickly.
Yeah.
After the Hull game
Wednesday. Yeah.
So I felt like today was kind of make or break day for me, with Haller starting, and maybe someone else coming into the side that had been performing in the Carabao Cup. But now that Saints plays, Everton games coming up, if West Ham perform well, and even if they don't, if after the Everton game we then go into the next game without, say, Sebastian Haller starting, then something is seriously wrong.
Yeah. Well, let's take, for example, let's do Martin's comment. Martin, good evening, mate. We can honestly say we did. Can we honestly say we expected a different lineup? No, we didn't. I guess we all kind of knew it. The interesting thing is going to be, mate, on Wednesday. I know we shouldn't be jumping ahead of games because we've got tonight to look forward to. But on Wednesday, when we play Everton, if we play really well and Yarmolenko keeps setting up chances, Haller keeps scoring, Anderson keeps improving, Lanzini keeps improving, and then if none of them play in the next game, I think, which is against, is it Leicester? We've got after this one. If they're not, if none of them start, then you're absolutely right. Now, there's a suggestion that what Moyes is doing is he's using the cup games to get all these players properly match fit, to get them ready for the big push. And the big push being like after the first 7 games of the season, that are the nightmare games that we've all spoken about. But you're absolutely right. There's a gap now after the Everton game. So there won't be 2 games a week over the next few weeks. You know, and so Moyes, you're right. Moyes has got to, if he's getting them really match fit, then Moyes has got to prove that that's what he's been doing by starting 1 or 2 of these players. If Fornals, for example, doesn't have a great game today, then he'll need to be dropped for the next game.
And or substitutions need to be key today.
And they've got to be early.
And they've got to be earlier. They have to be.
Cannot be.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, it doesn't really matter the result come, say, the 60th minute. If West Ham are leading, well, it depends on how far they're leading. If they're leading 1-0, I can kind of maybe understand. Well, I don't know. It does depend on what West Ham are turning up. If West Ham are leading 1-0 and are attacking and defending reasonably well, then I understand why there's not going to be changes. If West Ham are kind of slacking and sitting further back, then a change does need to be made a lot earlier. And vice versa, if we're getting beat or drawing, because we need to get a point at least on the table tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
Because other clubs are starting to get points, you know.
And West Brom to move away. Yeah.
And I mean, I know it's early days, but West Brom, they scored 3 goals against Chelsea. Okay, albeit defensively, I think they now hold the record in the Premier League for conceding the most amount of goals in the opening 3 games of the season. I think they've conceded 11 goals, and that's a Premier League record. So defensively, West Brom don't look that great. I don't think Fulham look that great, but West Brom have still got a point on the table because they've managed to do something against Chelsea, show some fight, score some goals, and obviously get the point. And that's what we need to do. And if it means we need to make changes earlier, as every West Ham fan is crying out for, then he's got to do it still. He's got to do it today.
I agree. But will he do it? You know, Moyes is a creature of habit, as I was told earlier tonight. You know, and he doesn't necessarily make the changes that need to be made at the time that we're all crying out for it. I wanted to pick up on Bonnie's comment. Allaire has more ability than Antonio, but he's lazy. Antonio Grass. Now, interestingly, mate, if you watch the whole game, I think Allaire was trying to prove a point because he was running for the ball and he was going to pick it up. The difference is because Antonio's not a natural striker, Antonio will get the ball, it'll be pumped to him, and Antonio's got a tendency to run out wide and then he'll want to cross it in, you know, because that's his natural game. Whereas what Allaire will do is he might go and pick it up wide, and he was doing the running on Tuesday night, but then he'll hold it up and wait for other players to come in and join him where they can pass and move and get more positional play. And that's the big difference. So I think Allaire was trying to prove a point the other night by actually doing quite a bit of running around. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know whether you thought.
No, I do agree with you. I think he's looked a bit lively, to be honest. He's actually been, like you said, up for it, but maybe he looks around the side behind him and he goes, oh, I've got players that want to create, because that's all they want to do still. Lanzini, Anderson, Yarmolenko is a full-blown creation. You know, if you were a manager and you had absolutely humongous ball sack, you would actually play all 3 of them and drop a few of the players, but
and go for it.
And
entertain us.
And there's an element still that I've always said, like sometimes it could be make or break for the manager, but just want them to do it. I just want to see a bit of excitement. And I get where Nigel goes with it. He says at least you see entertainment and goals sometimes, but you know, I don't know.
Neil, I've corrected it. As you can see, I've taken Fornals out because he was down there twice. That's my fault. Martin, I'm predicting 4-1. Yeah.
Mate, don't.
No.
Listen, actually, still, that brings me on to a good... Let me get this up. Get your predictions in the comments. Still, I said to Alf the other day when we put that video up that I completely badly missed that. How bad do you miss
going to a game? Yeah, I missed game. Yeah, I'm getting I totally get it. You know, lives matter before anything else. But
I get it.
I really miss going to watch a game of football. To be honest with you, I really
I'm
miss
just hearing
getting
that
together,
song singing
the
and you can hear it.
banter,
Yeah,
and all that. Yeah,
yeah, it's
I
really,
do.
really.
I do, and it's difficult because, ironically, I still need to even set up a link for the game. That's how kind of I'm becoming detached from it.
Yeah.
Do you get my meaning? It's like
Well,
I knew it
while
was
you were
on.
doing it, I was actually putting the game on there on my.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm becoming so detached from it that I'm just. And I had Wiggy message us earlier, and he went, "We got to get together, even just to watch a game, you know, and have a drink, you know, with the social
And I
isolation
know,
and all
you
that."
know,
And,
someone brought this up actually, and maybe slightly digressing here, but you can't go inside the stadium to have a socially distanced watch a game, but you can go into a pub inside a non-open air establishment, have several couple of drinks, don't probably social distance, and watch the same game. It's sometimes it's a bit mad when you think about it.
It is. There's a lot of comments coming up about, you know, the team selection. Look, like Brian, good evening, mate. Cannot get motivated with Moyes' team choice. A lot of people are feeling. It's such a shame, isn't it, that we should be feeling kind of negative before a ball is even kicked.
100%.
And I'm going to change it. I'm going to say we're going to play well. I reckon we're going to keep in touching distance of Wolves tonight. The concern will be that if they do go a goal up, you know, will Moyes change it quick enough to react? You see what happened, even, you know, last weekend against Arsenal. The team that the substitutions made a difference for Arsenal, and they were brought on at a time to actually take advantage of the situation that they were in, and that's the frustration with Moyes. He doesn't always do that.
Stel, we've got our first guest. We've got our first guest of the evening. I'm going to bring him in, and while I bring him in, Stel, I'm actually going to nip away for 10 minutes just to see the kids, help the missus put them to bed, and then I'll be back. So it's Richard Fasten.
Good evening, mate.
Evening, lads. How you boys doing?
How are you, mate? Yeah, all good, mate. All good. And yourself? Before you run off, Anton, just give me 1 second, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. No worries. Richard, what's your thoughts on the starting lineup, mate?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I would have liked to have seen Seb Haller start, or maybe Yarmolenko. I just think they've been two players in really good form. So I would have liked to have seen them get rewarded for their performances. But to be honest, I think it's good that we're going 5 at the back. It worked really well against Arsenal, so I can see why he's stuck with that. It's nice to see Balbuena come in. I think Diop struggled. So yeah, I'm not too disappointed in the lineup, but I would have liked to have seen Haller start.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, I think you wrote a message in our group chat saying, what is it? Haller doesn't start, we riot. I mean, what does he have to do, mate? What does he have to do to get in that side? You know, I always have to count the hat trick against Ipswich, because if you do count that, that's 7 goals in 3 games, albeit against League One opposition. But he's on form, he's got motivation, he's up for it, mate, and it's a bit disappointing. But listen, you've got a good bit of Premier League knowledge. What do you think of the Wolves side that they're putting out tonight?
Yeah, they're going to be a lot to handle. We know how tricky both their wingers are. If the game last season's anything to go by. So, you know, I think our fullbacks are going to have a huge trick on their hands to keep the likes of Adama Traore in check. I honestly back us in the midfield tonight. I think we're going to give them a run for their money. I think having Suchek and Rice there up against Neves and Moutinho, I think we match them. If Noble was to start, I think we would have struggled in the middle, but I actually back us in the midfield to win that battle tonight. I fancy Suchek and Rice, but the big problem is definitely going to be Traore on the side, and Jimenez loves playing against West Ham as well, so we'll just have to try and keep him quiet somehow.
We had Dave from Talking Wolves on last night, and he was talking to us about Traore, and we were asking him why he's in and out of the side on a regular.
There's some feedback coming in, mate.
Yeah, I can hear that feedback.
Yeah. Has someone got YouTube on in the background?
No.
Okay.
And he was saying the difference between why Traore wasn't starting every single game, and I suppose they say that they kind of judge him in training that week, depending if he's up for it, or if he's motivated, etc. But of course, he does start. I think he was always going to start against West Ham, to be honest, because he's got such a good record against them. So is Raul Jimenez. I mean, he scored 3 goals in his last 3 games against West Ham. I mean, what else do we really need to I mean, it's just doesn't make for good reading, to be honest. But listen, I'm going to be back in 10 minutes, guys. I will be back in 10 minutes.
Cool. All right, mate.
Stella, I'm loving your haircut, mate. Fresh
Thank
trim.
you, mate.
Looking
Thank
good.
you, mate. I had it done the other day. But this time not for charity, only because I was getting bored with the sorting out the hair. How's life in South Africa, mate?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Not too bad. Just busy with university work and studies. Coming to the end of my degree now, so hopefully I'll be working from next year, earning some money, some much needed money. Student life is not
joining the rat race. Are you still doing your stuff for what channel is it that you do it on in South Africa, or the football stuff?
So it's on the specialized football channel that we have on our TV package here. So it's 203, which is a dedicated football channel. It's literally only just Premier League. So yeah, they have all their fan zone shows and their previews and reviews and stuff like that. So it's just completely football related. So I'm often on that, which is always a nice break from studies and
how are West Ham perceived on a channel like that? Because I'm guessing that they always go for the big teams like the Chelseas and Man Uniteds, etc. What about West Ham? Is there a lot of support in South Africa for West Ham?
Yeah, well, to be honest, there's not much support, but I do have quite a few mates here, actually, to be fair, that do support West Ham, so they often come around to my house and stuff. But the nice thing about Premier League TV is, I would say almost 50% of the pundits they get in have either played for West Ham or they've got some links to West Ham. So West Ham is quite a relevant topic a lot of the time. They've got Leroy Rosinha, they've got Don Hutch, they get Rob Green in, they get Anton Ferdinand in. So yeah, there's quite a big West Ham theme in and around Premier League production. So they do actually get quite a lot of airtime, which is quite nice because often in South Africa it's all Man United, Liverpool, the typical stuff. Yeah.
So what about tonight, mate? So we've asked viewers for their predictions. Let's get yours, and then we'll look at some of the conversation, some of the predictions in the chat.
I'm gonna go 2-2 draw. I think there's going to be goals in this game. The only reason why I fancy us to get a point is just because I fancy our midfield tonight. I think with Noble not playing, there's enough dynamism there with Souček and Rice. And in the past, we've really been overrun in the middle of the park against Wolves. They've just battered us. But tonight, I fancy Souček and Rice up against Neves and Moutinho. I think they're going to give them a run for their money. So if we can win that battle or just compete, we have every chance. We played well against Arsenal, so hopefully the lads can carry that confidence through. So I think we can definitely get a point tonight.
So who we got to look out for their danger people? Who do you reckon we got to? I guess the obvious ones, Jimenez, player Traore. What about the new player, the new right back that they bought in from? Is it Barcelona?
Yeah, Semedo. Yeah, I think that's a really shrewd piece of business from Wolves. Young Portuguese right back. He struggled in the Champions League last season, but I mean, let's be honest, who wouldn't when you're playing up against Serge Gnabry from Bayern? So he did struggle, but I think the Premier League is a league that he can really stamp his mark, and I think he's going to be exciting for them down the right-hand side. But as you said, I think Jimenez, Adama Traore, they just the no-brainer danger men for Wolves. They've given us so many problems over the years. Yeah. So if we can just try and keep them in check, which, I fancy us to do. I think playing 5 at the back is quite a clever idea from Moyes. It worked really well against Arsenal. We've got pace with Fredericks and Masuaku.
See, I don't think we played 5 at the back last week, and I don't think it's a 5 at the back this week either. I think it's quite deceptive because as soon as we see Masuaku in the team, people automatically assume that the right back and the left back are going to go as wing backs. And if you look at how it was played last week, because if we play a 5 at the back, that throws out Bowen's game. And I think last week we were actually playing more of a fluid 4-4-1-1 because Bowen was out on the right, Masuaku was out on the left, and we still had Fredericks was bombing forward, but he was kind of like he was getting back when he needed to, rather than sort of And I think that's probably what we might do again tonight, but because we got the added problem of Traore, someone needs to contain Traore, and I'm guessing that Masuaku is going to have his work cut out to give a lot of cover for Creswell tonight.
Yeah, you see, that's the problem because you make a good point. It was more of like 4 at the back against Arsenal because Masuaku was playing very, very far forward. He was hardly getting back. And tonight, when you're playing up against someone like Traore, you have got to drop back and defend. And that's where I think he might struggle. So I'm hoping that if we play more of like a fluid 4 at the back, Masuaku can bomb on down the left-hand side. I worry if we put too much responsibility on him having to track back and mark. We know he struggles at doing that. Give him the ball, let him bomb forward, put in some crosses. But when it comes to 1v1 versus Traore, there's only one winner, and that's I'm worried about that now that you brought it up.
Well, it is going to be interesting to see how we line up because Masuaku, I mean, if he is going to play 5 at the back, Masuaku has got to track back, which takes away from his attack-minded game. So you're absolutely right. But then we've got players that can hurt them. I mean, you've already mentioned about the center of midfield. I agree with you. I did have a slight fear, and please, for people that are watching, don't get me wrong. It's not a Noble bashing comment that I'm going to make, but I did have a slight fear that Noble might be playing tonight, and I agree with you. I think when we've seen him play against teams, technically gifted midfield teams like Wolves, he's struggled. The game has passes him by. So I agree with you with Souček and Rice in the middle there. I think we will give them sort of a like for like. But we've got players like Bowen that can hurt them. It's my concern is a bit further forward, where Fornals isn't really in form, and when Antonio plays, as I said a little earlier, he takes the ball and he takes it out wide, because that's his natural game, rather than being someone else doing that for him. We've got Masuaku and Bowen who can go out wide, so we need Antonio to stay in the middle, and hopefully we don't play a game where all we're doing is just pumping the ball up to Antonio and then waiting half an hour for everybody else to catch him up, because it doesn't suit us, does it, doing that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. For me, I probably wouldn't have started Fornals tonight. Yeah. Not because he's not playing well or anything, because he's been playing out of position and he's been working his socks off. But he's just, for me, he's ineffective in the position that Moyes is playing him in tonight. I would have preferred to have had someone like Yarmolenko play there, because we all know Fornals is not going to be playing as a number 10 tonight. He's going to be having to drift out wide and play in roles that he's not accustomed to, and where he is ineffective. So I feel for him because we're not seeing the best of him. So for me tonight, I wouldn't have played him. I would have gone for someone like Yarmolenko, who's in a bit more form and is more accustomed to that position. But we do have players that can hurt Wolves. There's no doubt about it. I think tonight, if they come at us hard and we sit back, we've got every chance on the counter to hurt them just as much as they hurt us. There is pace there. Bowen, Antonio's going to be, that wrecking ball up front that's going to be hungry. I do feel really sorry for Seb Haller, though, that he hasn't got into the side. I think he must be pulling his hair out thinking...
What do you need to do? What do you need to do? I mean, let's look at our substitutes. So we've got Nobles on the bench, Lanzini, Anderson, Yarmolenko, and Allaire. So, for the first time in probably quite a long time, we've got several players on the bench that are game changers.
Yeah.
Ironically, we've only got one defender in on the bench, Richard Johnson. One defender, one kind of holding midfielder, and then 1, 2, 3 attack-minded midfielders, and then Allaire. So we're going to have to hope that we don't get any injuries to many defenders tonight, because it kind of demonstrates just how short we are on our defensive cover. And I don't want to go into transfers, etc. But I'm planning my show for tomorrow night, and I've already got 7 central defenders that we're linked to over the past 7 days. We need better cover there, don't we, mate? Or start using the youngsters.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a position that we've been screaming out for investment in, and Moyes has also been pulling out his hair. I'm interested to see how Balbuena fares tonight. I think obviously we know how much Diop has struggled. He just hasn't been the same player that we bought all those seasons ago. So it will be really interesting to see how Balbuena fares tonight, because, as you say, if he was to get injured, then we are terribly, terribly thin. So before the window ends, we've definitely got to get at minimum 1 centre-back through the door. And I wouldn't mind if Moyes had put people like Alesse on the bench. He's been playing really well at centre-back. I don't have a problem with that at all, but we definitely need to strengthen in that position. I do worry about someone like Balbuena because the pace factor is a problem, especially against this type of Wolves side. So it's going to be interesting to see how high we play, what kind of defensive line we hold, whether we play quite deep or we try to catch them offside, which doesn't ever work with West Ham. So he's going to have his hands full, Balbuena, but I hope that we can see a bit of the form he showed when we first signed him, because he was quite solid for a period. So hopefully we can start seeing the better.
Let's have a look at what people are saying. So with regards to predictions, Happy Hammer, good evening. I think we will get a scrappy 1-0 win. Allaire will come off the bench to score the winner. What's your thoughts? Well, my thought is, well, we all think Allaire should have started. And if he comes on, then let's hope that whoever's running the team, whether it's Moyes from his armchair or Irvin at the stadium, that they actually give Allaire more than 5 minutes to actually score that winning goal. Mind you, you only need a second to score, but yeah. I mean, we're looking at good evening, Victor. We're looking at some. I don't know if you know, guys. Leicester thrashed Man City 5-2 tonight, so anything can happen. We could even thrash Wolves tonight, couldn't we?
Yeah, boys.
What other scores have we got? Let's have a look. Mark, let's see. We're a bit doom and gloom. Good evening, Mark. 3-1 to Wolves. Good evening, James. Thinking close game 2-2. In a kind of in a funny way, I take a draw, even though I'd rather have a win. Robert, 3-1 Wolves. Get another defeat there for West Ham. What else have we got? Oof. We're not happy chappies tonight, and the ball hasn't even been kicked. Brian, I hate to say this, but 3-0 Wolves. Have we got anyone that's going to say we're going to win? Okay, here we go. Kian, 3-1 to West Ham. Come on, you Irons. Exactly. I always want to win, but every time I say a win, we end up not winning. So I'm not going to jinx it. So I'm going to go for a draw, knowing that draw will give us a win, if that makes any logical sense.
I like it.
What else have we got? What other scores have we got coming up? Not that many. Lots of comments. We will get to your comments, people. Eamon, another 3-1 win to West Ham. Great. That's what we want to see. We want to see.
You know what, Sir? I don't mind Adama Traore starting against us. I'd be more worried if he had to come off the bench when we're tired and struggling. I almost think at times, and I don't want to jinx it, but sometimes he's more effective coming off the bench when teams are just huffing and puffing and he can just dominate. I think tonight our subs are better than Wolves' subs. And I think for a change, it's actually really nice. It's actually really nice for a change, having options off the bench that can come on, as you said, and change the game. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Yarmolenko comes on and bangs one in. You know, he's that type of player.
I think someone made a comment and I've lost it. I was trying to find it. I think someone made a similar comment to that where they said, you know, similar sort of thing. You know, having Traore from the start means that you know what you're expecting right from the start, rather than him coming on, you know, 70 minutes in, we're all knackered, and then he comes on and he drives right through us. So yeah, it's a really good point. Let's have a look at some other comments. This one makes me laugh because you know what do I say to this? Good evening, Long Dark. I hope you're well. I know you're trying to wind me up. Masuaku hat trick. Yeah, you know what? Do you know what? I'd be the first to applaud him if he scored a hat trick. I'd be the first to applaud him if he set up a goal. You know, so I'm not against him, but that is a bit far-fetched, mate. What else we got here? Let's have a look at some comments. I think people are talking about getting a link. You need to go on Twitter to get the links, as I can't drop them on YouTube. They block them. Okay. So there are links. If someone wants to, I need a link because I still haven't set the game up yet. I don't know how I'm going to do a watch along, and I forgot to set a link up, but I'll get to that. Eamon, think we're going to win, though I think we are going to win, though I think that for every game. Well, unless it's them lucky feckers Arsenal. And they were lucky, and it's ironic. Yeah, the last 3 games against Arsenal, we were better. Well, I never forget it might have been just before you came over to London, mate, when we played Arsenal, and they were awful. One of the worst Arsenal teams we ever saw at the
they had Lundgren at the time.
And yeah, they beat us, and then they were lucky to beat us in the last season, and they were lucky to beat us last week. Yeah. So Wolves don't need to create that sort of luck, mate. I think they're a better team than Arsenal, to be honest with you. So we've just got to contain them tonight, you know. But I'd rather we were actually, you know, having them worry about us rather than the other way around. Scott, I'm assuming the only mentality behind this is that Moyes is trying to go deep in the cup runs. Well, as Anton said at the beginning of the show, what do you think about this? Anton reckons that we could go all the way to a final in the cup and just scrape staying in the Premier League. What do you think of that?
See it. I could see it. You know, the cup is shaped up quite nicely for us. I mean, if we manage to beat Everton, there's every chance you're going to Wembley. Honestly,
I
agree. You can only beat what's in front of you, and we've done that pretty well. We've battered the teams we've had to win against, and I think Everton is going to be a really tough game. But if we nick a win there, then our job's very much almost done, and then we're 2 wins away from Wembley after that. So
something like that, yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't mind getting to a cup final once in a while.
It would be nice. It'd be nice. I bet you'd fly over for that, wouldn't you?
Oh, they probably won't even let fans into the stadium. So
that's the thing, of course. Good evening, Julie. Thanks for joining us. Should West Ham play Antonio and Allaire up front? What do you think?
I absolutely wish. I think I mean, it's worth a try. At least try. I mean, the potential is there for them to play together. You've got Haller, who's decent hold-up play. He can flick on headers. And you've got Antonio, who's got blistering pace and strength to get in behind. So for me, on paper, it looks like the dream partnership, but I just don't think we'll ever see it because Moyes is so stuck in his ways playing one up top.
He's risk averse. Eamon, Allaire not a flop. Team's defense is so bad that midfielders and strikers are scared to go forward too much. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Allaire's a flop. I think he's a really good player. You play him to his strengths, as we've seen in the cup games. He'll score goals. He'll score goals for fun. People, sorry I'm missing out all your comments. I'd love to get every single comment up, but it is impossible. So please accept my apologies for not looking at every comment. If this dinosaur had the likes of Brooking, Devo, or Paolo in his squad, there's no way he'd play them as they don't run around enough. That's such a good evening, by the way, Dean. But that's such a good comment, isn't it? I mean, what would if Moyes had that? I mean, you could see him you could see him benching Devonshire, couldn't you? You know, he'll go like, sorry, mate, you're too much of a flair player. I think you start on the bench.
Yeah, no, absolutely true. It's a brilliant comment from Dean.
It's very good. Yeah,
I could honestly see Moyes back in the day having Paulo Di Canio at his disposal and going, nah, sorry, you're going to sit on the bench.
Here we go. Silly season starting. Good evening, Danny. 8-0 to West Ham. 8-0 to West Ham. With Long Dark saying Masuaku scoring a hat-trick. Right, let's bring in our next person. Daniel, pay attention.
Stel, I'm gonna run. I'll see you boys in a bit.
Are you coming back later?
Yeah. I'll see you in a bit.
Cool.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Who's Daniel?
You, mate.
Daniel? Well, I don't say Daniel. I'm a Dan. Or a Danny.
All right, mate.
So I'm late. It took me ages. The stewards were not happy about letting me in today. Just had a nightmare. They said, go away. They said, Russ has played Gary Newman cars 7 times on the trot. You don't want to come in anyway. Get out of it. I had to sneak round. I had to swap coach with someone just to get in the ground. Just so they didn't recognise me a second time. How we doing?
If you don't know what he's talking about, people, as you can see, Dan is at the stadium tonight. I'm still at the Boleyn. But Dan's at the new stadium. So which one? Here we go. Which one do you prefer? My stadium or Dan's stadium?
I prefer yours,
isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think of the lineup, mate? We've gone through it. It's running along the bottom. Give me your thoughts.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Is it a 5-4-1? Is it a 5-4-1 with wing backs? Is someone just made a mistake and Masuaku's actually playing on the left wing now? And
well, I think, I mean, I said it earlier that as soon as people see the Masuaku in the lineup, they automatically assume we're playing wing backs. But if you look at the way we played last week, it might change this week because we got to have to manage the likes of Adama Traore. But last week we played a 4-4-1-1 more than we did a 5-3-1 1-1 or a 3-5, 1-1 or whatever, because Bowen and Masuaku were out wide, and you had Fredericks. You didn't have Creswell overlapping so much, but you did have Fredericks overlapping Bowen. And when you have a wing back formation, you don't have your right backs or your left backs overlapping too much. So I think last week it was more a 4-4-1-1 formation. I think maybe the only reason why we may play a more 5-3-1-1 formation is because of Adama Traore. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be a bit of a battle between those two?
Yeah, not just him, but Jimenez, who just sits to the left of him, is also a very good player that we've got control. I mean, they're both to come all out attack, aren't they? But going back, it's not Masuaku I questioned on that pitch today. It's not Masuaku. It was Fornells.
Yeah, we discussed that earlier. I think we're all kind of surprised that Fornells has kept his place. And we were talking about the game against Hull, where quite a number of players have really started to find their form. And I know people are going to come back and keep going. Well, it was only against Hull. It wasn't against Premier League opposition. But you can only play against who you've got. And we had you could see the likes of Anderson, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, and Allaire. They were all on form, weren't they, on Tuesday night? And I thought maybe one of them would have replaced Fornells tonight. Out of that lot, who would you have replaced Fornells with?
In the middle position where he's playing, I'd play Lanzini because I'd rather Anderson on the wing.
Would you have dropped Masuaku as well then, or would you have kept Masuaku?
I'd have. It's a temptation. He didn't do too bad last week, did he? He played very well, shocked us all.
Hold my hand up. And
Will thought, what is he doing there? But he proved us wrong. But I would, if it meant dropping Fornells for Lanzini, then I would drop Masuaku for Anderson.
Yeah.
Just to have them two playing together.
I think for me, the only thing that I said about Masuaku is it's a little bit frustrating in the way he approaches a game, because sometimes he does really well, and then you want the end product, and you don't always get that with him. That's the only thing the only problem I have with his style of play last week. He was quite effective going forward, but you're really effective if you actually create chances, or if you make a goal or whatever. And sometimes he doesn't quite know when to cross the ball. He doesn't quite know when to lay it back and start again. He know when. Yeah, he does.
He stutters his legs, and he's just like a little bit flappy. He doesn't know what to do. Yeah.
What do I do now? And at times he runs himself into a cul-de-sac where he gets to a point where he's in a good position, and then because he hasn't crossed the ball at the right time, he's missed the chance. He's missed the opportunity to. But you know what? Not taking away how he played last week, because I think he did play well. And for me to say that about Masuaku, that's. He must have played.
I still think, like I said, I still think, someone's messed up there, and it's Bradley has just touched on it in the comments that it's probably going to be a 4-4-1-1.
Yeah, I agree.
How we're going to play.
I'll get to Bradley's comment in a minute, because I'm trying to run through them. So, Scott, if we played Snoddy on the left, we could shut Traore down with Krez and Masu on that side. We'll concede 3 from that side. That's an interesting point. You see, I actually don't. I don't think playing Snodgrass would have helped, because I think because of his lack of pace, not because he's a bad player, but just his lack of pace. So it wouldn't. I don't think it would have made a difference if we had Snodgrass in the team to shut down Traore. What do you think of that?
I don't think he's got the legs for it. He's got the heart for it. I don't think he would keep up with him for the whole game.
Yeah, I agree.
It'd be a sub we'd have to make.
Yeah.
Not knocking the guy, but it's the way it is.
Yeah. When skies, it's goodbye from Rice and God help us. Do not believe the rubbish that came out in the news papers this weekend that apparently he signed a 5-year deal with Chelsea. He has not, and he ain't going anywhere. And I eat my hat. I don't own a hat, but I'll eat an equivalent to my hat if I
eat his quiff.
I'll eat my quiff. Well, I've cut it off, mate. It's gone. I've eaten it already.
It's coming back.
So I don't think Rice is going. Not this season. End of this season, yeah, but no, not this season. But let's focus on this game. Daniel, Snods runs hard like Bowen. Cross loses almost. Oh, Cressy loses almost as many battles as Anderson, who has the worst battle percentage in the Premier League. Well, thing about Anderson, I kind of see, for me, Anderson was bought as a creative player. He wasn't bought to defend. He should be played as a number 10 as well. I don't know what you think about that, mate.
You didn't put the comment up, so I kind of lost it. It's not come up. We've still got Scott Randall's comment up, so I didn't know if he was a...
Oh, no, that's the one I'm talking about.
That's it. If we play Snods on the left, we could shut Drury down. That's the one that's up on me.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's funny.
Yes.
Your screen, is it kind of...
So while you was going on, I was trying to find a link. No, it's not there.
Oh, that's odd. Well, you're there's something wrong with your link.
You find that, and then I will talk about Bowena coming in, the general.
Go for it.
The general instead of Diop. I'm quite happy about it. I don't know what other people think. He's played quite well. Diop is not a bad player, but give him a rest. I think the general deserves to come into the first team.
Diop is only out because he's got COVID, mate. Or apparently
he is. Has he? Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. It's just sorry, I'm late for work. I had COVID. Hang on, COVID. I always get confused between crows and.
You've lost
between crows and COVID. Yeah.
Okay.
Crows. The collective noun, shall we say, for crows, magpies, etc., is a corvid. So, and it always.
I have got no idea what he's going on about, and he doesn't even have a
eating crows. Same thing.
Okay, I believe you. Fremer, have you seen that comment come up? Fremer.
Which one's that?
Fremer.
I don't know. How high you are up, mate? How high are you?
Okay, I'll read it out. Wolves will play the same as they did last time. Wait until we make a mistake and hit us where it hurts. What do you think about that?
Yep, completely agree. As in, keep coming down the wings until they can get a through ball through, which is pretty much how everybody beats us lately.
Yeah. Well, ironically, you know, people talk about the left side, and even I kept going on about the left side of our defence. And ironically, the side of the
right side is the right
side.
Get
attacked on is the right side. Yeah, yeah.
And it's not a new thing. It has been even since like going back to last season of the Bowling, when Jenkinson was there.
Yeah,
that's where the issues has been happening.
Massive fitness. Good evening, mate. Boys, we won't lose tonight. I've just put 20 quid on Wolves to win. So now, my luck, we will draw.
How could you? How could you?
He starts off saying that we won't lose tonight. Then he goes on to say he's put 20 quid on Wolves, and now he reckons we're going to draw. Well, that's hedging your bets, mate, if nothing else.
he's going to be a happy man, whatever happens. Is that what he's saying?
Well, I don't know. I think he's only put money on Wolves to win. So massive. You should have put an all. What is it? I don't know what the. I'm not a betting man, so I don't know what the terminology is when you're betting on everything. But you know what I'm talking about, don't you? No, you don't.
I do. I do understand my bets. Yes. You know.
So what is a bet? What is a bet when you actually bet on a win, lose, and draw?
A win, lose, and draw.
Yeah. Is there?
Well, not. It wouldn't be on the same team. It would be on 3 separate teams.
Would it? Okay.
Yeah, you're getting confused if Holmes is betting each way.
I know about betting. I don't bet.
Yeah.
Daniel's replying to Fremer, and I can't see. Let's see. So Fremer, Daniel, but he doesn't always perform. Let's hope he has a bad game. Who do you mean? Probably Adama Traore, I'm thinking. And then Daniel follows up with, I pray, mate, but I can't see it happening. He will come into this match knowing he's got a free run. They're talking about Adama Traore. Do you think we're going to contain Adama Traore tonight, mate? Do we have any chance?
Yes. We will contain him for at least 20 minutes. I'm confident of that.
And then what? unless someone takes him out.
I'm not pessimistic. I mean, all right, in the last 10 meetings between us, we've won twice, and we've drawn once.
Yeah.
So, but I'm never pessimistic, am I? I'm never. There's always a chance. So there's always a chance.
Can you still not see the comments I'm putting up on the screen?
They are very, very faint.
Are they? Okay.
Very, very faint, yeah.
Well, I'll read this one out. This is from Fremer again. To be fair, Diop hasn't been playing well, so Balbuena instead isn't such a bad thing. So, yeah, it kind of backed up what you said, mate.
Yeah.
Good morning, Kieran from Brisbane. 1-1 draw, he reckons.
Have
you got what's your prediction for tonight?
Oh, 2-1 to the Mighty Hammers.
2-1 to West Ham.
I can't see us keeping a clean sheet, but
No, we're not going to keep a clean sheet.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice. I mean, it's still. I mean, yeah, we're 2 games in. It's still very close, but we've got a bad run of games coming up, so it would be nice to get 3 points on the board, wouldn't it?
It would be nice. I think it might be difficult, but yeah. Good evening, Daddy Harambe. I love all these names. Daddy Harambe. Awful lineup. Yeah, well, I don't think it's an awful lineup. It's not as exciting as we were hoping for it to be. How about that? That's putting a
as the teams
spin.
are now out. Sorry, as the team's now out, it's just come up on screen that West Ham it seems to be playing a 5-4-1.
5-4-1. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Interesting. What else we got? Daniel James. Moyes would, if we had Payet, Moyes would find a reason to bench Payet in his prime. Can you still not see the comments? Mate, go out and come back in again and see if that helps.
I've got Fremont. No, everything else is fine. It's just the comments are a bit blurred.
Okay.
I would go out and come back in, but we're about to kick off.
Shall we bring someone else who's a bit blurred into the stream then? There he is. He's a bit blurred.
Evening, Ant.
Evening.
Right.
Everywhere. I'm forever blowing bubbles.
We're about to kick off.
Pretty bubbles.
What are you saying?
Right. I need to go and find a link.
Hello?
So I'll be back. I'll be back and on.
Still.
Yes.
Still. Look at
Yes,
your.
yes.
I'm going to text you, mate. Okay.
Okay, you do that. You do that. Has it kicked off? We kicked off, haven't we?
Yeah, we've kicked off.
We have kicked off. We have kicked off, and nothing interesting to have noticed happened yet. I think we kicked off, and straight away it went down to the Wolves goalkeeper. Just a bit of headering inside. Wolves are keeping formation. We're a bit fluffy at the moment, all about the place, but I mean, there's 30 seconds in, so it's not really a good roundup, is it?
I'm not going to reply to you until I actually see myself with a link.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I've got that
coming down our left side. Ooh,
It's on that right now.
someone slid in.
It's on that right now.
I'm not watching it from that. I'm watching it from BT on my laptop.
Right.
But if you open up that,
Yeah.
and when you go to the homepage,
West Ham defended well, but being pushed back into our own half.
it's got the game.
How come? I didn't know that was possible.
West Ham switches side. Frederick's going forward.
You got it.
He's gone back with a big boot upfield, which has been intercepted by a Wolves defender.
Yeah, I got it.
So Sheck has put it off for a throw in. Right, we'll join in then. Sat here having a conversation by myself.
You are. You're
Good tackle by Rice. You're quite
You're
right.
talking to
Scott. It was
yourself.
a decent tackle.
How many minutes in are you?
I'm on 145.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah,
I'm on 205.
205. So you're slightly ahead. I'm on the same as
We're watching the same stream, whereas Ant is straight in. So I'm on 2 minutes exactly now.
Yeah, if people stop texting me, I can see what. I'm on the same. The message comes up and it covers the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Let me see, and I'll see if I can join you. It's both this one.
Okay, what are you on?
221.
Yeah, so I mean, if Ant tells us what time he's on, we can tell him when we get there.
Yeah, I can't pause it because it's on the laptop. So my phone is on 2:30.
Okay, we're on 2:30 now.
Right,
I'm
cool.
on 235, 36, 37.
37.
Right, there we go.
Jinx.
We're in.
Bit sloppy by West Ham. First couple of minutes in.
That's a good one, isn't it? Still,
Mate, I am really, really shocked because that's a legit app.
Oh, West Ham coming through. Fredericks puts a cross in and it just goes on top of the net, just a little bit too far. But a good attack by West Ham. We're not sitting back despite having 5 people in defence.
he really does favour Fredericks over Johnson, doesn't he?
Yeah.
At the moment. So, but let's see how that develops over the season. I'm going to go for the comments while you two comment on the show, on the game, okay? Arrived. Good evening, Nate. My call is that we will be 2-0 down at half-time, 3-0 down on 60 minutes, which will force changes, and the game ends 3-3. Value for money right there, and confirmation that Moyes' initial ideas are for the bin. I love it. I'm not off on Masuaku, Robert. If you listen to my comments, I've actually been quite fair on the lad. That's not bad for me.
Do I need to get the Masuaku trumpet back out?
What else we got?
West Ham on the attack from midfield. A long ball, a chip through ball coming through to Antonio, but keeper just scoops it up. Good attack by West Ham.
Good hold-up play by Antonio.
Yeah. Wilson really keeping formation.
Daniel,
very zonal mark.
What's Diop leave? The only reason why Diop is out of the team today is because he's got a temperature. So he ain't been dropped. Not deliberately. Not deliberately. When is the match starting, Kakashi? It started 4 minutes and 30 seconds ago, mate.
For us, for everybody else, it started 5 minutes and 30
5
seconds
minutes ago.
Yeah. So there's a bit of delay coming to us going through you guys. So
right, we're up to date on the comments.
Unfortunately, Stelios gets his internet connection through Lidl, so we will have to backtrack a little bit. He only goes there for the pistachios.
Tactful. Good defensive display by Balbuena.
Yeah.
Come on, Bowen, do something with it. He's back.
Oh, Bowen is fouled in her own area. Drop back to defend. It's quite good. Who was that? That fouled him.
Cody?
Possibly. Is it a card?
What's he doing all the way up there? Is that Cody? Is it? No, it's
strange that Bowen defended in the right back position.
His name is Vinagre.
I have that on my parmash sometimes.
What's for your snack today, Dan?
No snack today. No snack today. Nothing as yet. No alcohol either. I might pop out for a Vimto in a bit, but that's about it. Still vaping away.
West Ham putting a bit of pressure on, but Wolves for the clearance into the middle of the park. Balbuena up again, wins the header. West Ham throwing on the right-hand side.
Fredericks should take the throw.
Right, people. People have been asking for a link. We're not allowed to put it up, but we'll give you a little hint. Because we're not going to advertise it apart from just saying it very, very quickly. So be prepared. It's nav score.
Oh, there's that. He's gone.
That's it. Oh, there's what?
Hang on, I got to sneeze again. He's gone.
Even I didn't understand that. The other one is what do you use when you're
driving the car?
What do you use when you drive in a car and you abbreviate it? What are the first three letters of that? And then all right, okay. What does a pilot use when he's flying a plane? He gets
autopilot.
Stewardess. Okay.
Free kick to Wolves just inside our half.
Okay, so when someone navigates their way from A to B, the first three letters of that word, and then when someone puts the ball in the net, what do? So if you put those two together, you might
wait for VAR.
Wait for VAR. Yeah, you might get a link. I think that's about as good as I can give you. Sorry.
What not? Yeah. Not a lot of people know this, but Stel actually writes for the cryptic crossword in the Sun. Nobody knows because nobody buys that newspaper. But yeah, he does. He writes that every day, as you can probably now tell.
You've just misspelt that. Anyway,
I'm taking the comments off because people are. I don't know if the stuff I'm seeing is true, so I'm not looking at them anymore because it ruins my experience.
Oh, I've just seen it from Baby Goat.
But I'm hoping.
Is this a lie?
I think it could be. We had a lot of that last time.
Yeah, no, it would have come up on my alert that there would
It
have
would
been
have
a
come off
goal.
on my app. I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and I'm going to hang on.
Fabianski, goal kick.
He's in timeout. Baby goat, you're in timeout. Have a think about what you've done. Don't come back till you've learnt how to behave.
Fights his way through, but well defended by Wolves. 8 minutes in, bit of a 50-50 nothing game.
Wolves are trying to push down their left-hand side more than they are anywhere else.
Still,
a long ball. Oh. Fredericks nearly gives the ball away, but he gets it. He was covered there by, I think it was Balbuena.
Balbuena, in the last couple of games he's played, he's kind of grown back into a bit of a confident centre half that we saw when he first signed. So if we can find that, oh God, please, Adam Traore comes through, but it's gone out for a goal kick. If we can find any bit of form, then it's only but a good thing.
Yeah, it seems to be a common thing with us, bringing in centre backs, and then they've been good. And then look, Jose Fonte, for example, came in very good, then kind of went off the ball, couldn't get his confidence back.
Jose Fonte was a rubbish signing, mate. We sold Tompkins for him. We used the Tompkins money. We sold a player in his prime, in his early 20s, to go out and buy Jose Fonte.
Should have never got rid of him. Should never got rid of him.
Ethan, I've just put what you can. It's an app that you need to download on your iPhone, and the letters give you that an indication of what that app is called. Oh, by the way, have you sent Nigel the link?
Yep.
Okay.
I can't even use my phone because I'm watching it on this.
Stop play because Antonio needs to pull his socks up. Oh, Fredericks coming down the right wing, attacking. Looking like he's going to take players on. Knocks it back through to, was that Rice?
Yep. Back to Balbuena.
Yeah.
He is the calm defender out of all of them. He's the one that doesn't step out of position. Like, Diop and Ogbonna are so similar. Balbuena's a lot more calmer on the ball. Is that a good ball?
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky.
Just a little bit too fast for Bowen there.
But there's obviously a reason why Moyes is going into the market for a centre-half. He obviously doesn't have a lot of trust in that area. And potentially was willing to spend upwards of £30 million on... What was it that Sullivan said? We can't say the player's name. Okay, mate.
Tarkowski.
No, I know, but he couldn't say it. But then Moyes could say it in the press conference. It was the weirdest thing ever.
So ridiculous. Do you know what? I'm actually quite glad we...
I can't say any of the players' names, so...
I'm actually quite glad we didn't spend 35 million on Tarkowski. If any of the rumours are true, if we're talking about Rajani from Juventus, very decent young player, 27 years of age, 26, 27 years of age, probably worth about 16, 17 million pounds in the market. He's won 5 Serie A competition, 5 Serie A titles with Juve. That's the type of player we should be going for, but we'll see what happens.
It's hard to get excited about.
That now, Stuart Pearce must be on the phone to Moyes. Stuart Pearce is up in the stands actually with a headpiece on, and it looks like he's the one that's communicating with David Moyes.
And he's going to him, no, David, we're not taking Antonio off and bringing another defender on. We're only 12 minutes into the game. So hang on, David.
Come on.
Good challenge, that. Right, lads, I'm going to go and see if my dinner's ready. So I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Well, if it's ready. Otherwise, I'll be back in a minute if it ain't.
Okay.
All right.
Enjoy your olives.
The Wolves player knocked the ball round the side of Balbuena, Neto, and Balbuena had, 10 yards on him, but the Neto got in front of him, managed to get in front of him, and fair play, Balbuena sweeped it up and it went out for a corner.
Absolute brick wall blocking that, wasn't he?
Corner for Wolves, though. Coutinho plays it short.
And he looked like, was that Bowen who managed to intercept that and push him back into their own half?
Yeah. Good pressing by West Ham. Come on. Good ball for Wolves.
Intercepted off for it, yeah.
Cleared again by West Ham.
Great interception by West Ham.
Come on. Oh, Fredericks, come on. Well done. Done well there. I thought he was going to let the ball run through and the Wolves player was behind him, but fortunately he used his left foot and passed it back to Fabian. But went on the ball out wide to Fredericks. Inside to Souček. Little 180. I've got the ball, feeds it back to Ogbonna. Brings it forward a little bit to Balbuena. Balbuena goes for a big cross. Good ball. Oh, unlucky.
Very close for Antonio getting on that.
Yeah, Fornals through the middle. I really like Fornals, but I just don't think I think that's the position that. See that ball there, Dan? That ball would have been perfect for Hilaire.
Yeah.
To hold up play, then to try and feed off of Antonio with.
Yeah. Yeah, you're trying to play like a long ball. It was almost like an aerial through ball. So when you've got one player targeting one player surrounded by four, it's not going to get there. It wasn't a bad attempt, but
Wolves on the attack down the far right hand side. He's taken on all the players and he's managed to get the ball in. Balbuena with a really dodgy clearance. Wolves have got the ball about 30 yards out to the right hand side to Semedo. Cuts inside through the middle.
Pushing them back into their own half again.
Yeah.
That Bowen covering a lot of ground there.
Yeah.
Chasing between the player. Wolves attacking again on the left side, but intercepted by Fredericks. Again, Wolves being pushed back. Way back into their own half now.
Go on, Antonio. Wolves right back in their own half. Good pressing again by West Ham, though, and won the ball back. It's just keeping up this momentum. That's what we want to do. Augie through to Balbuena. White Fredericks just inside the West Ham half, on the half line. Finds Bowen. Cuts it all the way back to Balbuena. It goes long. Straight to the Wolves player, unfortunately. Wolves got a hold of the ball in the centre circle.
Wolves straight away making runs. As soon as they get the ball, making runs, trying to cut in past West Ham players, make space for themselves.
I need
West Ham quick to close it down.
I need to turn my alerts off.
Need to turn your
alerts off on my phone. Wolves on the attack. Jimenez. Well done, intercepted by West Ham. Is that Declan Rice? Fantastic interception by Declan Rice. Out to Antonio. Oh, he's halved by Bowley. I think was it Bowley? No, he takes a quick. Is it? Who's that? Is that Bowley?
What a shot! Bowen puts it in the net from the right hand side of the box. Curls it round to the left hand.
What a goal!
Left side, right across the face.
And we're winning at home.
What a goal! Still.
That was a great goal. I just saw it.
A quick free kick as well, which is really good thinking. I don't know.
Let's hope VAR doesn't stop it, doesn't bring it back.
No, do you know what? He didn't actually take the free kick. He played on.
He played on.
Oh,
he's just kicked the as he's laying on the floor. He kicks the ball and seems to make a pass, which starts off the counter.
Right, I'll be back again when we score a second goal
on the back foot. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal.
Let's get this updated.
Just cuts it between two Wolves players and manages to get it in the bottom left corner.
Really, really good goal by West Ham.
The confidence by Bowen to take that strike, to take on those players and to curl it in. Beautiful.
Comment and let us know your thoughts on that goal if you've seen it. So what's happened is Antonio's been half in the middle of the park, in the centre of the park, but the referee has gone play on, and fair play to Fornals. He's found Bowen quite deep in the right-hand side, and Bowen's still got a lot of work to do, mate.
Yeah, a lot of ground's cover, and he had to take on four.
Yeah.
There was four defenders back there.
He's cut inside, and he's about, 16 yards out and pinged the ball into the bottom left-hand corner with his left foot. Fantastic goal from Jared Bowen. Now time to...
Was that the unmistakable sound of a iron brew bottle being put down then?
That was a bottle of cider.
West Ham on the attack again. Fornals is not having a bad game. Antonio coming in strong, gets into the box, drives it through. Oh, drives it through from the left hand of the box, runs diagonally in, and keeper just manages to mop it up. The ball, there must have been within 6 yards of Antonio. There must have been 4 Wolves players around him, and he still manages to cut through and get a strike off. West Ham are not sitting back with a goal in hand.
What are you on minutes-wise?
I am on 19:22.
Right, I'm literally 2 seconds ahead. But there's no way of me slowing it down.
That's all right. Wolves again coming down our left-hand side to attack.
Crosses in.
Looks like Masuaku got skinned. Cross coming in. Oh, it's a high ball into the box.
Deckers.
Knocked up. Deckers
Gets a
straight
hold.
onto the counter.
Plenty of players running forward. Antonio in attack. Oh, he tries to feed it through to Bowen, but the Wolves players intercept.
Good play. Good play. West Ham in possession again on our left. Not the most exciting game to commentate on, Ant. There's a lot going on, but it's still not very.
Fornals. Ah!
Oh, he just gets him in the knee and hits the side of the net.
I don't know who it was that fed the ball. Oh no, is he giving it offside? Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, he
did. 20 minutes in, Dan.
Despite the goal.
Oh, look at this. Sorry, quickly.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's literally taken on 3 players.
Yeah. The Wolves player was very lucky to not get a card for the foul on Antonio. He just sort of gored him, didn't he? Went through him like a spear.
I tell you what, though, mate.
Great refereeing to allow the play on.
Absolutely, and that'll do Bowen the world of good to get off the score sheet, on the score sheet, and off his mark for the season.
Again, Wolves trying to push down that same left-hand side again, but dispossessed.
Masuaku tries a big long ball, intercepted by the Wolves player, but Bowen gets it back. Cuts inside to Antonio, tries to win it back, but he doesn't. Wolves now on the counter. Cuts inside to Adama Traore, who's now in the centre of the field, cutting through, slice through Solchek. Plays a beautiful ball through, but Fabianski clears up. Am I only a couple of seconds?
Well.
Yeah.
Done well, yeah, only a couple of seconds. But did Bowen get up? Because it looked like he took a bit of a tumble there, didn't he? He didn't get up straight away. Yeah, he's up and playing again. Yeah, and West Ham straight away on the counter, coming down the right-hand side again.
Yeah, West Ham's getting a lot of work, a lot of success down the Wolves' left-hand side, on which is West Ham's attacking the right-hand side. Again, they found the ball through to Fredericks, who cuts inside to his left foot, finds Antonio inside the 18-yard box, still got a hold of the ball. He's trying to take on 3 or 4 players, but he's intercepted.
Oh, very close. That's been... Oh, go come in with a slide then.
Still check, but the Wolves player still on
like a bullet.
Attack. Although West Ham have got bodies back. He tries to find the Wolves player who tries to hit something on the volley. But fair play to Augie and Balbuena. They've done well to clear out there.
What was that Wolf player trying to do then? He hit it on the jump. Some weird little gesture.
Yeah, kind of trying to do like a karate kick or something. Tell you what, mate, Wolves are struggling down the left-hand side. And I'm adamant on our preview, that's what Dave was talking about. They've lost their left wing-back. And I don't think they've signed, or they did sign someone, I think the Portuguese guy, but he got injured in the last game.
Well, they're certainly vulnerable on that side, and we've got to keep pushing and pushing.
Down that side again. Fredericks.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, unlucky.
oh,
But then
Bowen
Bowen mobs it up. Antonio
Antonio.
got free round him.
Oh my word! What
He's tripped over the ball.
he does so much magical work and then he trips up over the ball.
To be fair, I think a defender tried to hook the ball round, and then there was pressure on both sides of the ball, and as he tried to scoop it round, he took a tumble. We're now 24 minutes in, and it's West Ham 1, Wolves 0 still.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be too disappointed if that's how it stayed.
Certainly not a scoreline, I predict. Wolves tried the ball to feed the ball through. Good tackle by, who's that? Creswell. Masuaku.
Masuaku pushing up the wing again.
He's taken on 4 or 5 players and he's found them. Antonio finds him out on the far wide wing. He goes for a low cross. Fantastic. Oh, what a chance.
Plays it through, and Sosek just manages to hit it on the. How did he do that? He just kind of got behind the ball and gave it more pace as it passed through him.
In that build-up play, I actually thought that the West Ham players played awful balls, but for some reason they kept finding the West Ham player.
Yeah.
Masuaku went on a fantastic run down the left-hand wing.
Wolves player has gone down. No one with him about must be 3-4 yards away from him, and he just seems to jump up in the air and flick his legs out. And Superman. And has he won a free kick?
Yeah,
watching the replay now. Was I wrong? No, Fredericks has run past and touched him on the shoulder, and both of his legs have gone out behind him like Superman. I think, are they actually going to VAR? Free kick's been given, but no card. Ridiculous. That was Pedro Neto. Crafty little bastard.
So Wolves free kick about what, 30 yards out?
Yeah, about that.
Matinho tries a little dink. Oh, spills it, but does enough. But he's offside. Raul Jimenez is offside. West Ham free kick.
All right, he dropped it, but it was good reading of the game. Good coming forward for Fabianski. He did drop the ball, but it was easily mopped up.
Yeah, that works. Got no West Ham goal kick.
Yeah, that's come up into the Wolves' half. It looks like he's just gone off. I don't know if Bowen got a touch of it or must have done.
Wolves on the
Wolves
attack.
on the attack. Again, pushing down our left.
But West Ham have got bodies back.
Shows the back hill and just loses the ball.
Decker's gone. Well played, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, he tries to feed that ball through, penetrating the Wolves' defence.
Yeah, he didn't need to. He had a lot of space and a lot of pace on him.
Done a lot of work.
Tried an early ball.
Wolves picking up a bit of momentum here, holding on to the ball, bit of possession.
Wolves thinking about coming down the right-hand side for a change and then decide, no, we'll go left again. They seem to pass the ball well, and then as they get close to our area, oh, shot on there by, who was that? Was that Neto again?
What I would say
from outside the box and goes wide to the left.
Which is probably what you were about to say there, Dan, was their build-up play is really good, but in their final third, West Ham surprisingly are defending well.
Yeah.
Behind the ball, which is putting a lot of pressure on and forcing Wolves to play.
Try and play, yeah, long shots that are going wide.
Yeah.
It's not so much, West Ham are defending well, but it's also Wolves are still trying to pass the ball about when they get to the box and losing it.
Declan Rice in the middle of the park, finds Masuaku. On the left, Fornals cuts back outside into the wing. Back to Creswell, back to Fornals, right in the centre half. Sorry.
Chips it up, Wolves player intercepts it and sends it off for a West Ham throw-in. Again, it's surprising. 1-0 up and West Ham are not messing around.
It's funny, I keep saying this, but when we signed Solchek, I certainly didn't expect him to score goals to the extent he has. Find himself in a position where he... Solchek! Oh, come on! Get it!
Oh, West Ham almost playing table tennis with their heads and feet in the opponent's 6-yard box.
Wolves are struggling at the back, if I'm being brutally honest here. Again, Antonio in the 18-yard box. Oh, what a ball! Oh, unlucky. Antonio had a chance. Solchek had a chance. Literally, 4 yards out. Keeper was still behind the ball. So here we go. Antonio dances his way around the Wolves defenders. The ball parries off. Solchek smashes a header against Patricio. Bowen managed to cross us in and to Antonio, who can't get a shot on goal.
Really, that wasn't, just so people know, that wasn't bad commentating by us. Almost missing that. It's the camera. The camera just seemed to be looking at. Cameraman was dozing off, I think, and all of a sudden it cut to it as it was happening. There was no build-up play filmed. It was just bang. It's happening. Ball's coming down our right-hand side on the attack, and then switch to the left, which nobody expected them to do. Left again.
Yeah. Oh, well done, Oggy.
Again, gets a crossing. Oggy gets it out.
Go on,
Bowen. Again, they get to the 6-yard box and trying to pass.
Really good counter-attacking by West Ham. Bowen's cut inside the box. Tries to go wide into it, but it takes the deflection to Patricio. Really,
Bowen and Antonio in the box from 5 Wolves players. He should not have got that shot off, so it's good that he did. I think he didn't know whether to take the shot or to put it across for a tap-in for Antonio.
Yeah.
Stand-out player, I think, Bowen. So far in the game.
Very good game. Stand-out player, to be honest. You know, you've spent all week. We've all spent all week talking about Yarmolenko, Lanzini, Anderson, and suddenly you forget you've got Bowen there, who's the hardest working midfielder we've got. Yeah. Creates chances, scores goals. But it's nice to have options.
As I was saying a couple of weeks ago, like, who would you drop? We've got so many good midfielders who can also score goals.
Yeah. Will's on the attack down the left hand. Look at Bowen tracking back though.
Yeah.
Offering cover. Will's got a hold of the ball, tries a dink ball in, but fair play to Creswell. He's doing well. Him and Masuaku are teaming up well. Oh, what a great play by Antonio. He's hacked down, but he's, do you know what? People call for Sebastian Haller to start, and some people saying if he's to start, Antonio's to drop to the bench. I don't see how you can drop Antonio to the bench.
No, and you'd have to play 2 up top.
Yeah.
It could still happen today. You know, we could take a defender out and then put another striker in and drop to 4-4-2.
Yeah.
And I don't think at the moment there's no changes that need to be made. West Ham are playing strong with what we've got. And just then, Wolves on the attack. We had, I think it was 9 West Ham shirts in the box, including Fabianski.
So it looks like you've got Alan Irvine on the touchline. He's not connected into some earphones. It looks like there's another coach that's connected into earphones. Stuart Pearce is up in the stands. It looks like it's Moyes is speaking to Pearce, feeding the information through to other people that gets to Alan Irvine. That's what it looks like. Well done, Solchek. Brought down, free kick West Ham just inside the West Ham half. Minutes in, Dan. Good. Is that a good ball again? Finding Antonio.
Yeah, nearly dropped for Bowen there as well.
Yeah. The difference in comparison to West Ham before lockdown,
Oh, Bowen taken down there just inside.
or potentially before we signed Bowen and Solchek, is Bowen and Solchek seem to bring our striker and our midfields closer.
Yeah.
There was always big yaps.
There's also the danger as well of them, rather than crossing it, having a strike. So there's two different places for a keeper and defenders of where the ball's going to go or where it's going to come from. Are they going to pass it? Are they going to strike it? When you've got that many players on the field that can shoot and can score goals, it's a bit of an issue defending against it. Bowen now coming, taking the free kick. Dropped nicely into the box.
Goggy one got on, unfortunately.
Landed awkwardly, but he's got up.
Happy with this performance so far, Dan?
Yes, I am. I must say, for me, it might just be me, it might just be the mood I'm in, but it doesn't seem to be a very exciting game. Just a nice, solid, paced performance by both sides. West Ham obviously getting the better.
But we've had chances.
We've had quite a few chances. I think it's just part of me doesn't want to get too excited too early.
No, that's true.
But it's been a really good game.
Wolves right in the centre circle, playing the ball down the left-hand side. But West Ham have got men behind the ball, put a nice bit of pressure onto the side. Traore seems to have cut inside to the midfield now, rather than playing out in the wing. Takes on one player, tries to take on a second. He's surrounded, feeds the ball out to the right back, Semedo, cuts inside. They're in the middle of the park. West Ham got men behind the ball. He's got Traore now out in the wing, just inside the 18. Cross in. Good clearance out by Frederick. Straight to the Wolves player. Makes a deflection, and it looks like it's going out for a corner. Is he giving a corner to Wolves there?
Was it a corner? Yeah. And look on the Wolves' faces there. They look absolutely defeated, don't they? And knackered.
Wolves do, yeah. Corner from the left-hand side. He's taking it. Is it Matinho? No, it's not. I think he's inside the box. Cross out swinger. Fabianski, well done. Takes it well. Dan, Balbuena.
Say that again.
Balbuena, what do you think?
Strong. He's had a good game. He's where he needs to be. He's staying back rather than going forward, which I like, to be honest. Don't miss Diop at all. I think it's the easy way to say it. It looked like there's a bit of. I was a bit confused then. There seemed to be two balls in contention for coming on. All balls dispossessed by Frederick, who's running down the right wing. He puts a cross in. It's met by, was that Solskjaer come flying in? Owen just misses it. Oh, Rice collects it up after clearance. Taking on two players, spinning. Loads of little tricks there. Starting to keep up with what he was doing.
He's found Balbuena. Oh, it's a terrible ball from Balbuena. Oggy. Big, massive clearance out to Masuaku on the left. Oh, good ball there through to Creswell. Low cross to Antonio. Hold of the ball, cuts inside, shoots with his right foot, and it's out wide.
Just a little bit wide.
I think it's more than just, Dan.
Having a look at the replay.
Great play.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Does it take a deflection off a West Ham player?
I didn't see.
Great bit of play against the West Ham. Great play between Masuaku and Creswell down the left-hand wing. Finds Creswell from Masuaku, who crosses in low. Antonio, good hold-up play. Turns the defender, shoots, and goes wide. We got here.
See, the Wolves goal kicker's not got out of their area yet. And, there's a Wolves player down. Holding his foot. They've played on, they've come down on our right, but no doubt they will switch to their right. which is what they're trying to do, and they have done. Again, all West Ham bodies now back in defending. Wolves push back into their own area. Was that Rice then that got skinned?
Yep. Oh, good clearance there by Creswell.
Oh, big cross into our area.
Fabianski.
Fabianski flies up like Superman and picks it out of the air. West Ham again on the attack. Oh,
Fornals.
so I think they keep saying, "Ooh." Yeah, Fornell's brought down, but the game's played on. Cutting down, Wolves cutting down our left, the edge of the box. Fredericks just gets a toe in. That wasn't Fredericks, was it? It was Baba. Throw into Wolves. Who are struck by push back to the centre. And into their own half. Shell shock Wolves, aren't they? Shell shock. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think West Ham are kind of beating them head on, to be honest. West Ham are closing down.
Wolves on the attack. They've got a player rolling around on the floor, holding his ankle. They're still playing on. No doubt when we get the ball, they want us to blow up. But West Ham are still. Yeah, ball's gone off for a throw in to Wolves. Will they address the player on the ground, or has he magically got up?
I think he has got back up.
Yeah.
You're the Wolves manager. What are you going to do?
What would you say to him?
Has there been a weak point in the West Ham side so far?
Not that I've seen. If I was a Wolves manager, I'd probably say push down on the left a bit more rather than the right. Stop trying to take on Masuaku and Cresswell because you're getting nowhere. They're trying the same thing. They're coming down on the left. They're switching play slowly. The ball's touching maybe 3 players before again it gets down on their right, ready for an attack and to cross. And less tippy-tappy football. Stop trying to pass the ball deep into our area. Whereas if I was in the West Ham dressing room, I'd say keep doing much the same, I think. What about you, Ant? What would you say to the West Ham squad?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, West Ham on it. Oh, cross comes through.
I mean,
out of nowhere.
Let's see if I can try and get some stats up so far.
Great cross from Cresswell. Seems to be halfway into the Wolves area. Comes through. Passes over 2 Wolves players. Just taps them on the head and also Antonio as it goes off for a Wolves throw-in. It's intercepted already. Antonio deep into their area. Oh, it drops parried away, drops to, it looks like Fornells, who's about 8 yards out and puts it about 100 yards up in the air. That ball is in the canal if anybody wants it.
Right.
Let's have a look where he was. He's about the penalty spot, and I reckon it's probably hit the Titatron up in the second tier of the
strength of Antonio. Honestly, could you imagine just trying to give him and Haller a bit of game time? How's Fornals done that, mate? How has he done that?
I mean, I'm rubbish at football. I could have done that. It has ended up in probably row about 64 of the Trevor Brooking upper. And that's
so far, first half stats so far. West Ham have had 7 shots to Wolves 4. West Ham have had 4 shots on target to Wolves 1. Possession so far is 57% Wolves to West Ham's 43%. Passing is West Ham have had 192 passes to Wolves 244. Both passing accuracy pretty much about 80%.
I think a lot of Wolves' reasoning for having more possession is having to take goal kicks, where West Ham have been on the attack so much.
Yeah.
We get the ball, we push, we attack, we either score or lose the ball, whereas Wolves are taking their time.
Good
Tiny
play.
little passes, left and right.
Play from Masuaku. Fantastic. And he really
yeah,
good
Wolves to keep, but they're keeping the ball, but they're not doing anything with it. Again, they're straight back down onto their right, our left, and being pushed back again. Gone from level with our box to the centre circle. Until,
good save by Fabi.
Ball cut through to Nevis, who just on the edge of the box, just on the, right on the line. Takes a great shot for the bottom left of our goal, but Fabianski sees it and he gets mops it up. Almost spit it. Does spill it, I think. We managed to get hold of it again. My stream is cut for a second then.
You back on?
Yeah, I'm back on.
What are you on?
I'm on 44 or 45 exactly.
1 minute of added time. West Ham trying to cut down the right hand side again. Jared Bowen takes the ball.
West Ham seeing that as a minute to get another one.
He's got the ball.
Baron,
Still the flag. Throw in to West Ham.
Yeah, looks for a corner, but unfortunately gets a throw in right on the corner flag.
Seconds to go in the first. Alan Irvine.
Yeah, Antonio looking for a corner and flags up. It's for some reason it's gone to a Wolves throw-in.
Yeah, got to blow the whistle for half time. Come on, West Ham. There we are, mate. Half time.
Antonio learning from what happened at Palace a couple of seasons ago and taking the ball straight to the corner flag and standing there.
Remember that? Right, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
We'll do our.
Are we going for a jingle?
Oh, we are. We didn't know if Alf would make it. He said he might make it at half time, but it looks like not.
So let us know in the comments, what do you think of that first half? Your mic's in and out a bit, and
it's down there, and it's here now.
there we go. Hello, it's back.
As you can see, it is not Alf. As you can see, it's not Alf. Dan has disappeared. Dan
I've become a floated head for the half-time report.
Welcome back to Irons United for our half-time report. West Ham 1, Wolves 0. Jared Bowen. Dan, what's in the first half, mate?
Brilliant, brilliant. Strong play by West Ham. Defending as we knew they would with 5 at the back. But then when we get the chance to attack, we are counter-attacking. We could be 2 up, 3 up, possibly even 4 up. Just great play by West Ham. Normally we get a go up and we sit back and let the opponent bring the game to us, hoping we could win, by 1 goal. But we are pushing.
Who has been your standout player for West Ham in the first half, mate?
Oh, Bowen, without a doubt. He's not stopped running. In 1 minute he's taking shots. skinning other players. The next minute, he's defending. He's all over the pitch. What he's doing well, and he's doing pretty much everything.
Yeah, 100%. He really is. Defensively, though, what do you think of West Ham? I know you said it was a good performance. Balbuena is in for Issa Diop, who, of course, has got the coronavirus. How do you rate how he's performed and also the partnership at the back?
Sorry, mate. Say that last part again.
How do you partnership with Balbuena and Oggy at the back?
Oggy, really well. They're playing off each other quite well. They're mopping up the space. They're quite zonal in how they're playing. You know, but Balbuena seems to be reading the game really well. When he needs to take a few paces forward just to intercept people coming in, he's doing that. He's clearing balls well. I think there's only one where he's cleared, which is possibly where it's gone to a Wolves player. But apart from that, strong performance.
Yeah, it really is. What about, there's been much talk about Masuaku, and now we've got Creswell and Masuaku down the left-hand side. How do you rate them two tonight?
Oh, them two together are like one good player, aren't they? What we've all known we wanted is a player twice as good as Cresswell, twice as good as Masuaku. What have they done? They've put them both on the pitch at the same time, and we've got one outstanding player between them.
Yeah, they really have done.
For Cresswell.
Yeah, for Cresswell. That's the starting lineup.
But no, Masuaku's played really well.
Really they have. Well. They've got a really good bit of link-up play, and they seem to be covering each other's backs. If one goes forward, the other one stays back. But fair play to Masuaku. He's doing some nice stuff down that wing. He's making it tough for Wolves. And Wolves do look like a team that are on the back foot. Yeah,
completely agree. Playing them both back there. Sorry, I'm just on that one as well. Yeah, playing them both back there, it gives both of them the chance to go forward, which they both like to do. You know, specifically, Masuaku likes to go forward, and when he does go for a run, or Cresswell goes for a run, the other one is back there covering the gap that left off. It's a good partnership.
Absolutely. Souček and Rice partnership they seem to have a fantastic understanding. One goes forward, one sits behind and protects. The other one goes forward, the other one sits behind and protects. Souček is getting forward a lot, and Declan Rice is sweeping up and making creations from the back as well. I mean, how important are these two guys for us in the middle of the park?
I want to know when who brought in the powers for telepathy between them, two of them. They read each other so well. They don't even need to be looking at each other. They know what the other one's doing. Just brilliant. That's when Souček probably moves forward more than Rice does, and Rice will just sit back behind him and let him get on with it and just take 100%. Up the space.
And what about Bowen? Let's talk about Bowen. Jared Bowen.
Outstanding. Really outstanding game.
You know, we've spent.
I mean, even without the goal, man of the match for me.
We spent a couple of weeks literally discussing a lot of our creative players, and I'm not saying we once remotely forgot that we had Bowen, but tonight just proves that what a difference he makes on that wing. Wolves are struggling down their left-hand side, and that's because I don't know if that's because Wolves don't have a player that can play there. I think it's because of Bowen. Really do.
And I mean, because of Bowen, also got to be fair, Fredericks is having a good game, and both of them play quite well together. Fredericks will move forward, and where Bowen has moved forward and pick up what's left in midfield, and also Bowen will come back and help Fredericks in defence. Yeah, so that they seem to be partnered up quite good.
What do you think of Antonio's hold-up play? I mean, he's really, really strong. He's really, really clever when he gets the ball. Ball's played into him inside the park. He's got a great touch. He gets hacked a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, apart from that shot he had just before half-time, he's had a really good game, Bornells. Yeah. He's had a really good game. He's been all over the shop. He's made a few good runs. Started off with some good plays.
This game reeks of our attitude towards the Arsenal game at the start, and then at halftime we were pleasantly surprised. But there's a lot of people in the chat there talking about Fornals, saying that maybe he is our weakest player so far. What do you reckon? I mean, considering he set up the goal.
It's why I'd like to play Lanzini in that spot.
Yeah.
He does get pushed off the ball a lot, Lanzini, but so does Fornals. But when chances like that come, he can put them away. Yeah. Or what I would do is I'd move. I'd probably sub him for Haller. Not yet. I don't think there's any need for change. But when change does come, maybe 65th minute, is sub him for Haller, have Haller move forward and Antonio move back and fill in position where Fornells is.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Let's get some of the comments.
That's about the only sub I'd make, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Really well.
The only one that would come off. Let's get into some of the comments. English Yardy, you are saying Fornals, please take him off. I do agree with you. I don't think he's been awful, but I just don't think he's been fantastic for us. But I don't think I'll see any changes at halftime, to be honest. I'd be surprised if we do. Although, if you do a like for like substitution, that's the difference. That's the only way I would see Fornals come off. If it's like if you play Yarmolenko, Anderson, or Lanzini and just swap Fornals for one of those players, I've not seen enough of Fornals who tracks back. I've not seen Fornals that goes forward for West Ham to make a mistake by putting a substitution in. So yeah, Robert Elliott. Hope we don't regret our missed chances. Can't believe how well we're playing. They can't contain us. So yeah, I completely agree with you, Robert, mate. But we have had missed chances, and we definitely need to start making them. And I wonder if we had a player like Haller on the park, then it would make such a difference. English Yardy, unbelievable. Should be 2-0 up. Vinny, and if West Ham are going to lose Rice, then I hope Pep at Man City starts a bidding war after getting spanked 5-2. Robert Elliott, I'm so happy we're winning. It's a great performance from the lads, 100%. Vinny, bring on Haller and go for a second goal. I just don't see it happening straight away. I would like to see a change happen. You know, if Dan, you mentioned if they brought Haller on for now, then that would have to change the formation. And right now, I'm not sure the formation needs to be changed because they're obviously playing a tactical game here. And so far,
it's why I'd put Antonio in his place.
Yeah,
and have him play midfield or
100%. Robert Elliott, funky music. Glad you liked it, mate. Sarah, saying goals to win 2-1. Like you don't. Elliott, what a goal going? Thinking someone else can be. I feel like chances will cost us. Wolves will get a goal as we never keep a clean sheet. Things can change though. Let's just hope.
Yeah, it's about time they did change.
Robert Elliott, Owen is a great worker like Antonio, 100%. English Yardy, I'll make one substitution. Please take out Fornals. He missed a sitter. I forgot about the sitter. Yeah, he did miss an absolute sitter.
Yeah.
He's too slight for the Prem for me. Seen enough of him, to be honest. English Yardy, I don't think he should leave West Ham. I think he has got a future at the club. It's just whether or not we can manage his expectations. But I do think there's other players there that should be playing ahead of him right now. Martin Russell, how wrong was I? Laugh out loud. I predicted a 4-1 loss, but looking good. Just need to finish off our chances. Martin, let's just hope that's not a statement that comes back to bite you in your behind. Massive, I agree. Why Moyes needs to change it a bit. Lanzini and Haller. That'd be such a proactive, but potentially game-changing substitution for either way, to be honest. Robert Elliott, Masuaku looking good. He is, mate. Can't fault him. Literally can't fault him. Masuaku has great feet. He really does. Just sometimes, you know, in the past he's been caught out a few times, but if he's played forward line and he's got protection behind him with Creswell, then that could be a good shout. Vinny saying Kresuaku, taking a bit of your two players in one game. Look, you're not coming on, mate. I thought you were coming on to give you a quick opinion. Let me know if you are. I've sent you the link. Oh, sugar, I've just skipped all the comments. Let me see if I can go back up again.
Oh, no.
Here we are, bossing it. Bailey saying bossing it. Robert Elliott, yeah, they're working well together. Anton, Creswell, and Masuaku. Who's Anton? Who's Anton? Does he mean
you're Anton?
No, I know, but in the game.
For Creswell.
That's what he's probably thinking, yeah. Vinny, Kresuaku, the sum is greater than individual parts. Oh, let's see. Just had a text there. Let's have a see and see if
that is rich. That is rich coming up with long live the king. Alpha Masuaku's mustard.
Massive Fitness, I don't know, it's Traore trying to come through the middle as he's been double marked in the wing. Yeah, I said it through the show. He's cut inside for the centre of the park because he's struggling down the right-hand side wing. But he seems to be given a bit of a free roll to run down the right and through the central area. But West Ham are defending really well and are defending as a unit, which is a positive sign. Sometimes you think, why does halftime come when it does? Kind of, that's momentum a little bit. Daddy Harambe Masuaku is a machine at left mid. Long dark tunnel, they can't handle Antonio. I really don't think they can, mate. I think there's not many teams that can. I think his unpredictability, strength, his
it's how strong he is and how he can maneuver.
Yeah, 100%. Rice and Solchek make everything happen. Bowen allows them to have an outlet. 100%, mate. It's a great shout, Scott. Really good. Cameron Mulder, we're missing too many chances to take Fornells off and bring on Latini. It's the only change I can see happening right now. But to be honest, I don't think they will change anything. But if they were to change it, Dan, at half time, then it's not really. It's like for like. And if it offers us.
Yeah, I agree. It would be Lanzini for Fornells.
Yeah.
Or Anderson for Fornells. That's pretty much the only thing I'd do.
Yep. Listen, can I ask you, if you are watching the show right now, answer this question for me, slightly off topic. We do a preview for every single game. We've decided to bring the preview out the night before the game. Let me know your thoughts on that. Are you happy that we bring you a preview so late on the night before the game? And if it is, we are bringing you a preview, would you prefer it at nighttime or during the day? We put a show out yesterday during the day, but we just want to kind of get your feedback on what you think and let us know. Massive fitness. Yeah, I really think Yarna can nick a goal towards the end, cutting in. The left back has been non-existent. Yeah, I think we are really attacking down the left-hand side, and Bowen and Fredericks have had a lot of success down there, haven't they?
Yeah.
Scott Fornells assisted Bowen. He did, mate. He really did. Why not try Yarmouth for Fornells? I would, mate. He's another option.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Yeah, if he gets left foot.
Yep. Get Lanzini on for Fornells. There you go, mate. Fornells' running ability allows Antonio to save a little from when we have the ball. English Yardy is saying, rather have Lanzini, to be honest, seen enough of Fornells. Vinny is saying Yarno for Fornells. Peter Cannon.
Can we just go back to when I said this a couple of weeks ago? And everybody thought I was mad. Everybody thought I was mental.
100%. Mate.
Lanzini instead of Fornells. He's mad, that Dan. He don't know what he's talking about.
We should be 2-3 goals up with Wolves. Always come to their own in the second half. Let's hope they don't tonight. No substitutions. The teams are back out. Sorry to say this, but the team seems more confident without Noble. And Lanzini should have come on for Fornells. Let's see here. There's so many comments. It's really tough to get through them all. West Ham are about to kick off again, and it looks like we have kicked off.
I've looked everywhere. I'm forever blowing bubbles. Pretty bubbles in the air. United!
There we are.
Be back.
Yeah. My link back up and running. What's on your screen just now?
I have two on the go. One is on 45:23, and the other one is buffering.
Right, that's fine. I've got 45:40.
Right, I'm on 33 now.
Will's on the attack, Semedo down, cuts inside, finds Raul in the middle of the park, tries to feed the ball round Balbuena, who intercepts really well. Clear all the way back to Wolves keeper. I'll probably get to some of the other comments. Kevin Webb, Moyes needs to be sacked for West Ham. I'll walk from Stratford to Romford. Just my comment won't be said on air. Huh? So let me see what you're saying. Moyes needs to be sacked if West Ham lose today. I'll walk from Stratford to Romford and just my boxer. Shame my comment won't be said on air. What happens? How do we make you walk in your boxers from Stratford to Romford, mate? If Moyes is sacked,
he's bamboozled you there, hasn't he? Right, someone screenshot that. Someone screenshot that. He'll have to do it. He'll have to do it.
For the preview night before. What's happening here? Who's gone down? Fredericks is down. Looks like he's injured. Is he?
No, I think he's just putting his socks up.
Kevin Webb says, thanks for ignoring me. We're not ignoring you, mate. We've written a comment. When skies are great, still eating his hat. Literally have not a single clue what he gets up to.
He's quiff. He's quiff. He's going to eat his quiff.
Oh, Ben Johnson looks like he's coming off the bench to take over Fredericks. Fredericks looks injured. Robert Elliott, enjoy the second half, Dan, Anton, and everyone. I'm off to watch the second half. Thanks for halftime watch. It's fine, nothing wrong with having the match preview the day before the match, mate. Leanne says, boys on the phone saying under no circumstances to not make any sub until 86 minutes.
And as you click that and read it out, Pierce was on the phone, so might be
forced to make a substitution, mate. Forced. Oh, by the way, my link is caught up with BT now, so I'm only what one of you? What have you got?
I'm on 47. I'm on 48 minutes.
Yeah, same.
On one. Yeah.
Got 48-10. So substitution. Fredericks is off injured, and Ben Johnson is on for him.
He looks gutted. Oh, Fredericks. Has he played in a win yet?
Fredericks.
Yeah.
Antonio with a big long throw.
Intercepted by a Wolves player. Went to come back, but Johnson looks like he got the end of it. Price puts it back in towards Watford halfway line. Appeal for handball. But Wolves just take a quick throw in and ignore it. Yeah, ball bounced down, hit the ground, come up and hit him under the arm. Wasn't in the area. It was a nothing, really.
Well done, King Arthur. Done enough there.
Got in the way and got wiped out. Putting his body on the line, that boy. How good is he?
Traore in the centre of the park. Wolves playing all the way back to the defenders. Am I only like seconds ahead of you, Dan?
I'm on 49-37 now.
45, 46, 47.
I'm on 45, 46, 47. It's only a few seconds. Leansel, I'm listening. Radio 5 live. Can't watch it. Why are you watching? Why are you listening to them? You could be listening to us.
Good ball there. Antonio fights it.
You don't get scousers on this channel.
Is he giving a free kick or was the ball going out anyway? He's giving a free kick.
Yeah, Antonio strong. Oh, he did get a push and he did roll. He milked it.
Tell you what, though, the Wolves defender made an absolute boo-boo there. Because if he'd have just stood up, Antonio would have kicked that ball out. Goal kick.
Yeah. He's got a red yellow card in front of that.
West Ham have got a free kick about, 10 yards ahead of the corner flag, central, in line with the penalty spot.
Yeah.
Do you know who this would have been perfect for back in the day?
Lanzini.
Who's on it? Crazy.
I think Cresswell scored these. Cresswell can score these.
Yeah, he's going for he looks like he's going for an in swinger.
Yeah. It's going to come into the back post, isn't it? But there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, every Wolves player, bar one who's on the front post, is in the pack.
Unlucky.
Oggy, this is an Oggy special.
It's unlucky. He's missed it. He's gone over.
Yeah. You're ahead of me. You ruined it.
Sorry, mate.
Just trying to look who was the Wolves player to get a card then. It's not.
Hold on a minute. I might be able to.
Connor Cody. That's the offending player.
Right, what are you on now?
I'm on 51.38, 39, 51.40.
All right, I've skipped ahead again. I've skipped ahead 10 more seconds. So back onto my phone stream.
Oh, Masuaku skinning a Watford player. Tries to take on another one. Wins. He goes through 3 players with help from Antonio on a 1-2. Great play by Masuaku. Who gives the ball away after? Nice one, Elite. Elite is watching us as per usual. So I said, what did you say before the match? And what was your prediction? I said 2-1. Hopefully it's not that, but
I'm going to tell you what I said, mate.
oh no. Yeah, Lee, we don't like spoilers because obviously we're behind. It takes time for it to come through to us and us to go through to you. Obviously, we want to see it. We don't want to read it before it happens.
Right. What have you got now? Sorry.
I am on 43.03, 43.04. Wolves are on the attack into the box. It's mopped up by, was that Oggy? Comes storming in, kicks it out to the halfway line.
Do you mean 53.03?
Yeah, sorry. I'm on 53.16.
Two seconds. I'm staying here, mate. I'm just going to mute my mic for a second.
Yep. Again, Wolves on the attack. And they've got the ball out for West Ham front. Again, even with Fredericks going off and Johnson coming on, it looks like Wolves are still trying to come down and attack on our left time and time again, coming towards Masuaku and Cresswell, rather than going for perhaps the younger, less experienced player. Stanley Johnson is going ahead like an absolute steam train.
Come on, West Ham. Wolves got plenty of possession.
Wolves building up momentum in the centre of the park. But again, have come down on the right-hand side. Goes to make a cross, hits Masuaku on the knee and goes out for a Wolves corner. Or is that a throw? It was close. Just watching the replay.
Masuaku stayed with them.
Yeah, really well read by Masuaku. It is a throw. Very badly taken one. Watford push back to the halfway line of the centre circle from that throw in. That was by the corner flag. They can't find a way through. Wolves look like they might be trying to take it on the edge of the box. Back again down our left-hand side. The cross makes it through, but I think that was Ogbonna manages to head it out. Wolves player takes a shot and that goes over the stadium.
That's well back into the canal.
Yeah.
How much missing it, mate?
Say that again. How much am I missing it? Oof. Don't know. Am I missing the football? I'm missing the football. What I miss more is meeting up with the lads and having a beer. The whole football culture of it more than the football. Going to the supporters club, listening to good music, drinking not bad beer.
The moment we're told that all fans can go back into that stadium, that's the celebration in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, Antonio.
That's an all-day, possibly all-weekend celebration.
Oh, he's hit the post! Oh, it's a goal!
He's rebounded and he's hit it again. Bowen scores. 1-2s himself off of the post.
By the way,
Just wait for confirmation. Yeah, the score's gone up to 2.
By the way, Fornals. Theo gets the ball down the left-hand wing. He fires the ball across the goal. It's just outside the 18-yard box. It looks like it's a wasted cross. It finds Fornals, who takes a beautiful touch, hits it low, hits the post, bounces straight back to Bowen, who scored 2-0. West Ham 2.
And two assists for Fornals, who we are saying is the worst player on the pitch.
Brilliant.
2 assists. What a goal. It's in West Ham. Absolute beauty. Oh no. He's making a big face. He's gone. He's disappeared. He's left me. Nice strike. Absolute beauty. So, what do we think? There's no more on the pitch. There's no noise on the side of the pitch. Did that have anything to do with it? Let's know in the comments.
That's what happens when you celebrate, mate.
Unbelievable. You just knocked yourself out.
I literally just chucked myself out. Did you panic?
No. I didn't notice for quite a while, to be honest. Too busy gabbering on. Again, Antonio on the attack. No rest. Straight away, the mentality is we've got one. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. With Bowen scoring like he is and Fornell setting 2 up, if you was like the likes of Lanzini and Anderson sat on the bench, would you be worried about your job, basically? Oh, God, this is us playing cup games from now on.
Mate, I think, to be honest, right, listen, if West Ham are performing, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, right, because we know West Ham are capable of losing this game or conceding goals, etc. But, we are, though. So if we can get through this game, then we've got a side that are performing well, because after the Arsenal game in the Premier League and potentially doing well, we've got a side that's performing well in the Cup. Would you be disappointed? Really?
No.
You had a good Cup run?
Yeah, I'd love a Cup run. And if you was a player, you'd love to go. I mean,
if you were Declan Rice and Souček and Antonio and Fabianski, you're not getting a run out in the Cup.
No, that's what happens. If say you actually get quite a way through the Cup, would you stick with the same team?
Well, yeah, because the team, arguably, bar 3 or 4 players, is a first team West Ham side.
It is, yeah.
So 6 or 7 of those players could be playing tonight, and you wouldn't have been pissed off.
No.
And then
say we get through to semis, quarters, etc. You'd be tempted to change it around. Though you'd think, all right, Randolph's done really well up to this point, but we're going to put Fabianski in.
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
Well, yes and no, but
logically you would, wouldn't you?
This is where West Ham though need to get a hold of the ball, keep doing what we're doing, not give up, not sit back. The moment we sit back, Dan, is the moment we put our heads down and can't perform. Yeah. But we need to keep the momentum going right now.
Despite the score, we're not outplaying them. They just can't get through our defence.
They can't know we're organised.
Yeah.
And fair play, I've not been slagging off Fornals, but fair play to Fornals. He's doing the job.
Yeah, 2 assists. He's getting the balls across. He's making trouble for himself.
Wolves are about to make a sub. They're bringing on their record signing, it looks like. I think his name is Silva. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Fabio Silva.
In that break of play, I'm just going to go and make a drink and I'll leave you to it. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
This lad. I'll bring you back in. God, that's really big. How do I bring that down? I don't want my big mug on your screen. I don't know if there's a way of doing it. Is there? Well. Traore's coming off the park. He's been substituted for Silva, it looks like. That's the man that's coming on for Wolves. West Ham 2, Wolves 0. 2 goals from Jared Bowen, a brace. Fantastic. Souček wins the ball in the middle of the park. Back to the Wolves defence, who are starting to build again. Playing the ball through the middle, in the centre circle. Still got a hold of the ball. Martino's looking up, looking round, finding players. Plays it out to the left. West Ham covering many men, putting them on the players. Wolves are forced to play the ball back again. Into the centre circle. Player plays it long, wide. Oh, he beats Masuaku on the wing, cuts it inside the 18-yard box. Augie stands up, and fair play, goes out for a West Ham goal kick. The Wolves player tries a big long ball into the right-hand side. It's beaten Masuaku, who jumps up and tries to kick it whilst he's in the air, but it's, the new signing, Semedo from Wolves, gets a hold of the ball. Surprised that's actually not a corner. I thought I did take it off of Augie, but I obviously didn't. So West Ham goal kick, Fabianski. Wolves getting hold of the ball. Silva driving through the middle. Great tracking back by Declan Rice. Pings the ball out, finds Antonio, who gives the ball away again to the Wolves players. Wolves are in the middle of the park now. Great tracking back by Souček. Declan Rice out wide to Masuaku. Back to Declan Rice. Tries some skill. Finds Fornals on the wing in the centre, just in the left-hand side of the centre half, and he's pulled down by Neto of Wolves. West Ham free kick. He's back.
I'll bring myself in.
I didn't see you, mate. I did not see him. Too busy watching the game.
Masuaku busy making a nuisance of himself.
Yeah, Masuaku. Oh, what a great cross! What a great cross! Oh my God! What an absolute fantastic cross! Bowen's tried to hit it on the volley. Yeah. It's bounced away. It looks like he's wanted a corner. Fantastic ball from Masuaku.
Almost a hat trick for Bowen there.
Oh, I'm surprised that's not a corner. It looks like it takes a deflection off the Wolves player for the corner.
It does, yeah. Watching it again.
Tell you what, Wolves are struggling down that left-hand side and the right-hand side. Alan Irvin looking at the watch. Is he?
He's thinking about a sub. He's biting his fingernails.
I think he is. He's given a corner. Is he giving a corner or is it a throw-in? It's a throw-in.
Front of West Ham, deep in the Watford half.
Dan, have you got a dog?
On the box. I have got a dog.
Is your dog drinking water?
Yes, he is. You can hear him. Hey, I'll milk myself while he's doing it.
No, it's fine, mate. I'm only joking. It's actually no, you don't need to, mate. Honestly, you really don't. It's actually funny.
My hands are here. My hands are here, ladies and gentlemen. It is the dog drinking water. It is Ludo, me dog, having a drink.
Valbuena up for a corner.
There's nothing dodgy happening here. Right, don't give it away because I think you're just a couple of seconds in front of me there, Ant.
Corner. Oh, it's gone in! Yeah! So
yes!
Stell, you're on mute, mate. For some reason, you're on mute. No one can hear you.
Did you not hear? I was saying it's 3-0.
I've seen you do it, mate. I've seen you ruining it for us.
Yeah. And ruining it for me. I'm on 65-47 at the moment. Oh, what a corner! What a strike!
I'm on 65-57.
What am I on? I'm on 66-02. Yeah, great corner though. Souček. Corner comes in from Creswell. Doesn't beat the first man, but the first man is Souček, who nipped his head. It takes a slight deflection off the Wolves.
Yeah, it takes a deflection off the Wolves' shoulder, and it goes.
3-0.
3-0 to West Ham against Wolves. Who saw that coming?
What a performance, eh?
What is going on? Stell, how bad, how stupid do you feel now after our intro?
Extremely. What can I say? You know,
it's totally ridiculous.
Because
have you eaten your dinner?
I have eaten my dinner. Yeah.
Did you save a bit of room to eat your hat and or your quiff? So everyone wants to know.
What can I say? I mean, it's brilliant. We have played it. It's been a master counter-attacking game, and I can't fault any player. And Balbuena coming in for Diop has actually looked like it's solidified the defense.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only sort of the only thing that is no surprise is unfortunate is that Fredericks has gone off injured again. You know, what a shame, because he is actually starting to look quite good.
But I tell you what, though, I'm glad we've got Johnson in the wings because he's just as good.
Yeah. So this is his opportunity to stake his claim in that team now.
Well, as it stands now, lads, we are about 14th level on points with Man United, Man City, Brighton and Hove. Obviously, just gone above Wolves.
What's the problem? Top 6 finish this season.
Listen, all I need to do is rewind about an hour and a half and listen to what you were saying then.
Yeah, mate, I admit it. I absolutely 100% admit it. I think a lot of people, there's a lot of comments that when we started the show suggesting that this is going to be a difficult game for us. And I think, where's my hair? I don't know. I'll go and get one and eat it. You know, I'm pleased. I'm pleased. I'm really pleased.
Can't stop smiling.
Yeah, exactly. 3-0 against a team that has wiped the floor with us for so many games in a row. You know,
the table has now been updated. We are 12th with a goal difference of 0. We're above Man City. We're above Man United. We are level with Brighton.
Top 6. Top 6. No. We're going for top 6.
Oh my God, the two of yous.
One more.
Anton, you're watching it as if you can't believe what's going on.
I'm shocked, mate.
You're looking shocked. Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
I like this comment. I've got to put this up from Neil. Let's hope Moyes stays at home for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Well, like when Ant went off, I said Noble's not on the pitch. Moyes ain't in the sideline. Could that have anything to do with it?
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Your dad is going one further, Anton. Wrong one. Champions League. Champions League, you reckon?
No.
Isn't that such a typical West Ham comment?
Yeah, and this is another one. Steve, could be 6, to be fair. 6 goals.
I'd say it'd be just our luck to begin on a European tour and not be out to go.
Yeah, that would be our luck.
And get to Wembley.
This will be the season we win a cup and go to Europe, and we won't be able to see any of it in person.
God, listen to us. We've been beaten in the first 2 games of the season. We're winning 3-0 in the third game at home against Wolves, and bang, we're already won the league. We've won a cup.
There you go. There you go. We're all getting into it. Bring on City. What's that, V9? To bring us back down to earth, mate.
This is saved by Fabianski. Yeah, completely forgetting about what's going on in the game there because we're all too busy smiling and happy. Oh, yeah. See, people are still going with the GSB out. Do you think they'll use this as an excuse? Well, we don't need to spend. We're good enough.
Oh, Sullivan did that already in his Jim White Talk Shite show during the week, didn't he? He already alerted us that we're not buying anyone.
No.
So there you go. Look, this is what we want with Hammers fans. This is the first time I've seen everyone smiling, and we're going to win the league. I love it. I love it. This is what it should be like every week.
Disillusioned.
Listen, still, everyone's interested to know what you ate for your dinner.
I had Thai noodles and chicken.
Did you have to sit down at the table and behave?
I was eating with them. I was eating with the other half. I was.
Did you have the match on your phone though to the side?
Of course, I had the bloody match on the phone. Yeah.
Do you think when you have another half and you explain to them your love and passion for West Ham, that when they actually finally commit to being with you 5-10 years down the line, you're still out shopping at a restaurant, looking at your phone, watching?
Yeah, they actually think you're going to grow out of it. Well, let me put it this way. They don't grow out of buying shoes and handbags. We don't grow out of watching football. You know, it's a fair, as far as I'm concerned, it's a fair swap.
And Stell's making reference to his other half, not all female.
Don't ask me because they never normally last that long.
Well, if you see this place, mate, there's no room for anything apart from stuff for the cats and all her shoes. We are absolutely loaded.
And
with
your big
shoes
West Ham poster behind you.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I'm allowed to put up.
Here goes Masuaku. Go on.
And you have to take it down.
Oh, shoots from distance. Gets it to Antonio. Oh, I don't know what's going on there.
Sorry, people.
Was that Rice coming in for a shot at the edge of the box? James put
There
it
you
up.
go. Reese is right. You never grow out of supporting West Ham. Yeah, but your other half usually wishes that you do.
Yeah.
or your other half grows out of you.
Well, yeah. I think one or two people have had that. Still time to go.
I remember going on the first date, and I remember saying, you know, there's not, you know, I need to tell you this one thing. It was important enough to bring up in the first date, and people might think it's a bit sad, but I really liked the girl who was my wife. And I said to her, you know, I go to West Ham. I've got a season ticket. It's quite a big deal. And then, right enough, 8-9 years later, she's like, just still doing it. Like, what's going on? And then she asked me every weekend, like, what's happening? I'm like, oh, we got beat. Oh, we got beat. Oh, we got beat. Oh, we got beat. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, Linny's the same. Linny's the same. It's like, why do you bother to watch it when you know you're going to get beat? It's like, well, you don't know you're going to get beat.
Because we turn up, we know.
Yeah. But look how upset you are. Look how this, look how that. Well, it's all part and parcel of it, isn't it? Yeah.
My missus fan of fans. I mean, I've been a West Ham fan supporter for 37 years before she came along. It's not going to change. It's not going to change.
But the first 20 years of your life, you supported Chelsea, didn't you?
No.
I thought you lived around the corner for them still. I thought you had a season ticket for them.
Yeah,
I'm actually we're moving just around the corner from their stadium.
Still, you've been moving for 3 years, mate.
Yeah, well, the missus is this time we are moving. She made me, as Dan will know, the last
they've got to move into a bigger place so they can have more shoes.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So he can have a West Ham office for his YouTube stuff.
I've told her I'm going to have a West Ham office. Does Mari ever ask you, why do you keep doing all this YouTube stuff for teenagers?
Of course. She keeps asking me, why do I keep going underneath the stairs? And the kids are growing up looking at me going underneath the stairs. This 6'4", 18-stone, middle-aged man nipping under the stairs for 3 hours at a time.
They think he's reading Harry Potter under there.
They don't even know who he is yet.
Oh dear. It rubs off, mate. What can we say? West Ham is the best drug you can have. It absolutely is. You know, mind you,
it's a shit drug though.
Sometimes it's a shit drug to have. Yeah, it's like taking really bad smack.
Not that I'm condoning drugs. I'm not condoning drugs.
Right, is this a watch along or are we interviewing Celius about his private life? Still 3-0 if you're still watching.
Oh yeah, it's 3-0 and I'm surprised that Wolves have done nothing in this game. I mean, it shows how bad it is when they've taken Adama Traore off.
Well, yeah. They can't, can they? They can't do anything because they're a super new player, Arthur Cresswell.
No, Cresuaku.
Yeah, it's really ironic.
They're one great player, aren't they?
There you go. Look,
what's ironic?
Rice can't leave now. After one game, well, he won't leave anyway. No. There's no drug.
Unless his Uncle Ben comes in for him.
West Ham drug. Reese, you should put me in charge. 2025, 2 Euro Cups, Champions League, runners up
coming down the cup
and a Carabao Cup. Obviously, football manager, but still.
Wolves again, attack. Still, they're now trying to come down the right hand side. They've realised, obviously, that Johnson's come in, the less experienced player. Again, down on the right, edge of the box, been mopped up. Back to Fabianski, who clears it.
What minutes are you on, mate?
I'm on 76.32.
Okay. I'm about 6 seconds ahead of you. What about you, Anton?
I've come off my phone and I'm back onto BT, so I'm ahead 77.08. But I won't comment. Ahead. I'll just.
Oh no, you're not well ahead. You're about 20 seconds ahead.
I'm actually preparing for the review, so if you are watching, we will come to you live with a review after the game.
And it might be a happy review, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, people must be happy. Look, I mean, look at this. Holy shit, Cresswell tackled someone. And Bonnie, where are the Moyes as a dinosaur comments? We did those earlier, mate. Steve,
pushing down our right hand side, left.
Arthur and Aaron do normally play better when they both play, at the same time. They kind of complement each other. It's ironic, isn't it? Really,
because they make between them, they make one good player, one good left back.
Rice has been immense tonight, though, hasn't he?
I think there's not a player that's not been immense. Souček has played well. The back line has played decent.
Are you saying Masuaku's been immense?
No, Masuaku just gave the ball away there, and they almost scored. Ooh. I think the ball is still flying out.
Yeah, Watford put another one into the canal. So you're saying there's not a player that hasn't been immense tonight, which obviously means Masuaku has been immense.
No, I said Masuaku made amends. A bit different. He made amends for being so awful before. When Skies, eat your hat.
Eat your hat. Yeah, that's it. That one's got to come up.
I ain't got a hat, mate. Actually, let's see if I've got a hat.
Eat your quiff. Oh, he's gone again. I think Stelios might have had a red wine with his dinner.
No, mate, I didn't. No drinking today. There you go. Look at that.
What the fuck is that?
Look, it's got the...
No, you need to put it on backwards, mate. You need to do a Samuel Jackson. Come on. Let's see it backwards with your new stylish haircut.
I won't look like Samuel Jackson. I'll look like Norman Bloody Collier, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Irons United. This is not Greeky Blinders.
It's a wiggy hat, mate. Look.
Yeah.
Dave Wigram wears one of these.
Greeky Blinders.
Where's your wiggy shirt?
Reese, my dad has that hat.
No, he don't.
Your dad might be the same age as me, mate.
Reese, how old's your dad, mate? 80, like Stel.
Another defender goes down. We don't have any defenders on the bench.
Yes, Cresswell down. He's getting up. He's walking it off. We've still not made a sub, have we? With the exception of Fredericks going off injured and Johnson coming on. It's 80 minutes. We've not made any more subs.
See, I mean...
Wolf's corner goes out. Long shot. Blocked by
he's like 50, I think. You think your dad's about 50. You're not sure. Well, you know what, mate? He is actually the same age as me. There you go.
Look at the smile. Trevor Brooking on the telly. Big smile from here to
here. Legend. See, this is now, he should bring on a couple of players like Yarmolenko, like Haller, give them 10, 15 minutes run around. You know? Let them absorb this.
I actually think that he's now got Everton in his mind. I think he's already thinking of Everton.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, let's not forget, it's gonna cost David Sullivan 50 grand to fly us up to Everton on Wednesday.
What a cheek, eh? What a cheek. What a cheek.
What a cheeky bastard. He really is. Really is.
Do you know what this is? The world's smallest violin.
I know, mate. He's a absolute... Well, never mind. You know, let's savor tonight. That's what it's about. So, people, stay on the channel, and you'll watch me eat this hat later. Same early. I still play five-a-side football. You know, oh, who swore? Kevin. Same here, Lee. I still play football. Exactly. It's the only sport I do play. And Anton's about half my age, and I can still run rings around him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely okay.
And I've not exercised for about 4 years still.
Well, that's not my fault, mate. It's yours.
No, I'm saying that you still couldn't run rings around me.
Of course, I can run rings around you. I'm twice your age, and I can still run rings around you.
Oh, I could outfish both of you.
Do you know how people? Well, do you know what, Dan? Do you know people say they can put? The player had the other player in his back pocket. I physically could put Still in my back pocket.
Yeah, actually, you could. That is true.
All you'd see from your pocket peeking out the top is a half-chewed hat. Oh, Wolf's in attack. Fabianski comes flying out.
Lee.
Yeah.
No, Lee says, "Here we go. No arguments." I'll tell you what, Lee. When I announce,
someone in attack, no skin.
Lee, when I announce that Ogbonna is man of the match, there'll be an argument. Then I can guarantee you that
tonight.
He's been immense.
I think the whole fucking channel will argue with you on that.
Yeah, there'll be no arguments. I'll just mute you.
Kevin says, "Stop swearing." Look, stop swearing. He says. Anyway, back to the game. Wolves have done absolutely sod all in this game, and they've got the ball.
Coming through the middle on the attack. It's gone back, lining up for a long shot. Back down to our left-hand side. Back again to the middle. Back again to the right for Wolves. Cross comes in. It goes straight to Questwell, puts it out to the centre circle. Usual stuff. Wolves dithering.
There we go. The thing is, it's all ages.
I try to make it sound exciting, but
try running around after 17-year-old boys. Lee,
on the phone.
Hold on a minute. We don't want to know what you're doing with back.
And then he's followed it up by going, "Oops, that sounds bad." It did. Why can't we have this every week? I don't understand what's going on. You know, should be like, this is the banter we need every week. We need to be winning every week.
Oh, great ball by Rice.
How's Moyes going to celebrate tonight? By drinking his Lemsip, I guess, or whatever you take for when you've got a temperature.
Not with them little arms, he's not.
I'm getting a bit worried about the comments. Steve has replied to Lee going, "In that game, you need a transit." I'm getting a bit concerned here.
Evening, Joan. Get in.
Hello, Joan. How are you?
Hey, Joan. Hope you're well. Joan, I don't think I've seen you or even heard a comment from you for a while.
Yeah. Where have you been? Where have you been, Joan? See, we notice these things. Well, Anton does. It's a bit weird that way.
It's nice. It's taking note of the people that take the time to come on and watch us.
Yeah.
Don't talk too soon, Neil. Neil took 5 minutes ago and we can't throw this away.
We've seen it done, Neil. It's happened before. Do you know what's important now, actually, in all honesty, in all seriousness, is to keep a clean sheet. You know, has to be, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, let's hope we can ruin that one still.
No, I know.
If people bought wine toilet roll again, it's a must. Again, Watford still trying to push.
Watford?
Nothing but Wolves.
Have you noticed we played two teams?
10 minutes.
We played two teams in yellow this week, and we beat them both.
Oh, Wolves!
That'd be.
Was that Nestor again going for a shot?
That'd be a good question. A good quiz question about 10 years time.
Nintendo Chalmers.
I'm going to remind you of a game we played back in. Oh, here comes Noble and Haller, Sebastian Haller.
Okay, that's good. Joan, she said, I've missed you guys, been despondent about our lack of points, but suddenly dancing around the living room. That's exactly what we like to see. Well, we haven't seen it, but we're guessing that you are dancing around your living room. Unless you want to send us a photo of you dancing around your living room.
This is all going a bit weird now still.
I know it is, I know. And in response to you, Dan, it's been Watford all night. There you go.
Who are they playing?
Who cares? Who cares? It's a championship. We'll worry about that next season.
Kevin Webb keeps saying, stop who's swearing? No one's sworn.
You're looking at a comment from about half an hour ago. So where are we? We are on 87 minutes and Moyes is making a substitution.
Yeah, and coming up is a West Ham throw right by the corner flag on the right-hand side. Haller and Noble coming on.
Bowen
going off.
Allaire is going. Allaire just said to Noble, what's the point of me coming on with 3 minutes to go?
Bowen and Antonio have come off.
Why would you bring Bowen off when he's on for a hat-trick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Haller striding on with confidence.
Hey, they should have come on when we went 3-0 up. Anyway, let's not complain. Great first goal, that. Nice little into the corner.
The second goal as well. I mean, it's so hard. It happened so quickly for him to get a foot to it, for the rebound off the post and just to tuck it in like that.
Vin, I agree, mate. You know, we said it. As soon as we went 3-0 up, put someone like Allaire on. Give him 10, 15 minutes of a run out. Wouldn't have hurt, would it?
Yeah, it would have, because you don't want to change things.
Wow.
You make them changes and then, you know, it turns the game for the opposition. And then
I want to see Allaire score a goal now.
Dispossessed in the Wolves box. If you're watching, please let me remind you, we're coming to you live with a review straight after the game. So make sure you switch across and watch the review. We'll do a quick, brief summary of the game. Still, I put a comment or messaged everyone in the group chat in here in the YouTube channel and said, when do they like the preview to go out? Are they happy with it going out the day before? They said yes. I said preferably afternoon or evening. They said evening, so we'll stick to the evening the night before.
Brilliant. That's fair enough. Cool. Lee, comment. Mike, Guy, in my office, there's only a few people on my floor. When we win, I'll just walk in the door in the mornings, don't say a word, just cross my arms and give them the hammers sign. They're all Spurs, so we'll enjoy it. Well done, mate. Did you see what happened to them today? They, you know, that handball, I've got to admit, I laughed a lot because we had exactly the same handball against Arsenal. We didn't get it. And a handball against them, identical. And a penalty was given to Newcastle. It was a bit of a farce, really, but there you go. This whole handball situation has to change. But anyway, back to 3-0.
Back to 3-0. West Ham on the attack again. Rice chipping forward. Trying to put a through ball to Haller. Doesn't get it. Oh, well, no, that was 4-0. And then, Haller mops up a spill. Dispossessed. 4 minutes added time.
4 minutes added time. It's another goal, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be 4.
Where would that take us? Would that still keep us in 12th place? I mean,
I'll have a little look. No, I think that would take us up for 10th. Another goal. 10th.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, we're 12th at the moment. So another goal will take us up. Joint 10th, +1 with Villa.
Let's keep a clean sheet, West Ham. That would be really good. Keep a clean sheet. So it's we're into injury time, and you know, Wolves are kind of knocking on the door. They've not done. They're not the Wolves that we've grown to hate, are they? Where they've every time they knock on the door, they seem to score quite easily.
Yeah, they've not knocked on the door. They have huffed. They have puffed, and they've got nowhere.
West Ham in control in the middle of the yard, knocking it around. Lots of confidence, keeping it to themselves. That's it, West Ham. You make them chase it. You make them chase it. No need for the long ball, Oggy. Man of the match, Oggy.
Oh, Fornell goes through, finds Haller. Is that Haller?
Nice play by Allaire. Well laid off.
Knocks it
Out
back
wide.
to
Noble.
Down to Johnson. Little 1-2. Noble falling back. Again,
Masuaku.
Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to say it. Go on, West Ham. Ball out. Oh,
comes through. Rice coming through.
And Rice.
Masuaku puts the ball across the
Masuaku
goal.
crosses it in.
Yes!
Oh no!
4-0 to West Ham. West Ham go joint.
That is.
4-0.
Go on, smile, Seb. Smile, mate. Because you should have started, but it doesn't matter.
He's been on the park 3 minutes.
And he scored a goal.
Scored a goal.
Good cross by Masuaku. Very well taken header by Haller.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, West Ham. Look at that. Out it goes wide. Masuaku crosses it in.
That's the great ball. That's what feeds the ball to Haller. Haller just don't have to move. Just steps,
lad.
leans back and heads it in.
Isn't this the way we are? The first game of the season we played, we were terrible. Then the second game, we should have got something out of it, and now it's all finally come to.
That's how Moyes, since we've signed Souček and Bowen, that seems to be how Moyes
takes 2 games for them to settle in.
Games to get settled, yeah.
And we were just a matter of fact, we were going, oh yeah, we get another one. Where do we move to? We got 4 minutes. Yeah, we'll get another goal. We're bantering, and it happens. 4-0. 4-0.
Look at that. Massive win. Everyone is happy, looking good. We are outstanding. Nobe's doing okay. Not the worst sub. He's a good sub, and I agree with you there. Massive, guys. That was the best 20 quid I'd ever spent.
93.58, 59.4. Don't forget, guys, when we've gone, stick around because there'll be a review, post-match review coming up straight after.
Vinay, would that be 5 goals this season already for Haller, or 6?
5.
5 goals already. Brilliant. The game is over, people.
4-0 West Ham.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, really, really fantastic. I mean, everyone, we're going to do a review. Anton is just setting it up now. So we're going to come out of this and then go straight into a review. And, yeah, brilliant. Slim, good evening, mate. 4-0. That is a nuts result. Did you honestly think this would happen today? No, we didn't. Delighted for the team and Moyes too. Absolutely. And Moyes is a notoriously slow starter, or should I say his team are? Probably a bit of both, mate. So, people, thank you all for watching. Do come on to the so go back into the West Ham Irons United channel on YouTube. Find us there because we're about to go live on the review. Brilliant win, Dan. Any last words, mate?
No, just this smiley, stupid face.
Exactly, absolutely. So we'll be back. We'll be back literally within. Anton, are we back in a few minutes?
Yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
We'll be back in 2 minutes, apparently. 2 minutes. So thank you all for watching.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
See you right here. So keep an eye on the channel and it will come up. Put your comments in before we go live if you like. Any subjects you want to bring on. Let us know who you thought was your man in the match, etc., etc.
Do you know what was? Do you know what was as good as the win, mate? Clean sheet. Clean sheet.
As good, yeah, but nothing will be as good as when we come back for the review. Stelios will be eating his hat.
Right, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Do watch out. We're going live very, very imminently, as quick as it takes to make a cup of tea in it. And we'll be back.
See you in a bit.